This video contains strong language not suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Damn dear mountain connection.
Them there mountains.
Huh?
Oh, don't you know
That's
no
World of
man
Warcraft.
down there now, no.
So, hi everybody, and welcome back. We're missing a lot of faces today because the internet has decided to be absolute garbage. But here we are.
But at least you have a picture of a sandwich.
You do. It is a delicious, delicious sandwich. Mike is back in the back, damn near back mountains.
Hello.
Playing it safe. So, does anyone want to recap, or do we want to listen to me recap for like 3 minutes?
Let's listen to you because
I want to see how well I can do it. We went to Long Pike. We smacked around some bugbears. One is now Thrall's slave, and we sent the other one away that was named Mr. Stank. And then there was a closet which gave you whatever you wanted, and Lamy wanted it, so we tackled Lamy, and then he got sad, and then he almost got stabbed by the mob of people because he's a dragon, and he was going to burn down the house, but he didn't really burn down the house. Then we found a kid, the kid's dead parents, who were killed by metal chickens.
metal chickens.
Metal chickens.
So, the...
I did it.
Do you remember
everybody.
why you were sent to Long Pike?
Yeah, because the mayor hadn't
hadn't
heard
heard-
from them in a long time.
They hadn't
haven't
heard from Lady Cost. There you go.
Which we found Lady Cost with the dead parents that were killed by a robot chicken.
And she
And-
thought it was funny that we were sent to go find her. She was like, "It's been like 3 days, bro. Chill out." Clingy much?
Oh, and Maury made a new friend named Reggie.
Oh yeah, Reginald.
Oh yeah,
Just
Reggie.
kidding, that's not his name. I just like to say Reginald, the general.
So yeah, we did meet.
And the constable has a metal thing in his eye that I guess isn't important yet. I thought it was one of the, but Reggie made it for him. So not a
Reggie
plot twist.
claims he made it for him.
That's true. Plot twist could still be brewing.
There's no magic, and there's no magic from Modrons that I recognize.
Uh-huh.
So
Chris does not believe
as
that
Curtis
Reggie,
sips his
that
drink.
Reggie is telling the truth. Ronan believed that Reggie was telling the truth, though. So we'll just have to see where that goes.
This single raised
Thrall
eyebrow
ask him?
is my
I
default.
I can't remember.
Oh yeah,
Um,
no, Thrall didn't ask him.
You're
Thrall
right.
ask Reggie, or
I don't think he
Yeah.
did.
Well, I don't think I don't. Well, I don't have to ask him. I just know.
I believe you did. I think you gave him the truth scan when he was saying that he made it, and it came back as true.
Oh wait.
Yeah,
Oh, you did.
I believe from watching that episode yesterday when I was
Okay.
editing. So pretty good summary. The thing with the closet, Lady Cost's house, as those of you who had been there before know, is wizard, like, it's kind of mindfucky. A lot of illusions running around, and so they were like, "Hey, go to this closet, think of what you need, and open it." And Lamy
I don't
did
ever
not
want to go there with Lamy.
Lamy did not announce his intentions before he went for the door, and so the entire party attempted to stop him, which you did. I'm proud of all of you.
My
Look, it's
ego
TP.
has been affected by that.
Mm.
Lythar's ego is at an all-time low for the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
For the next 17 episodes.
So in that closet, Thalia opened up and found a cloak of Lady Cost's, and you were able to give that scent to Cora, and Cora was able to track it, which led you to the Ibarra farm, where Matt was about to run into town and instead ran directly into Ronan. We had a touching little moment with Ronan talking to like a 6 to 8 year old, because I wrote down his name and not his age. And so the lovely little moment, and then he kind of tired himself out. And so the very last scene was there was about a 9-inch long metal feather that you found underneath presumably Mrs. Ibarra underneath her body as you were checking things out. And with that,
That was like Matt or Matt.
I think it was just Matt.
Something like that.
So we'll pick up with who's I think because it was Thalia and Maury were checking out the
It wasn't me. I have Maury found the feather, but I don't think I was there.
Thank you. I thought the two of you were looking at the bodies because Thrall and Lythar were looking for tracks.
Yeah.
And I was assisting someone.
So Maury, will kind of you have this in your hands. It looks enormous. It's 9 inches long on a human. Damn it! we were doing so well. We made it 20 episodes before the super obvious dick joke.
Yep.
Damn it!
Chris, watch me zoom in there.
But you have this very large feather in your hands.
Is Lami's hippogriff chilling? What is that thing at?
Lami's hippogriff, I think it's standing on the other side of the building. Because it did not come into the house. And I don't remember him saying he desummoned it. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's out front. He basically parked it.
I have a theory.
Drift and
I have a theory, and then I'm going to start walking over to the hippogriff.
I will follow.
And as you come out to the front and walk up on the hippogriff, Maury and Ronan, you hear footsteps on the road coming up to the house. Metal footsteps.
Uh-oh.
And you see the silhouetted figure coming through the trees. A man in a long coat.
Kendrick.
Sorry, my pits stink a little bit.
This is perfect for our
gotta
encounter here.
It's a thumbnail.
Yep, that's really the thumbnail. You see a man in it looks like a man in a long coat and a hat come clanking up the lane. And as he gets closer, you recognize the purple eyes and smirking scowl of your good friend Robbie.
Robbie, where have you been? We looked for you. Well, we kind of looked for you, but someone else said that they would look for you, and now you're here. What happened?
It is okay. They found me. I am here. I had a conversation with you. Did you know there are many gods that speak with you?
Oh, God.
I did not know. But I'm glad to know now. And I'll give him a little slap
Excellent.
on the shoulder.
Take a step forward.
So,
Are you in danger?
I don't think we are at the moment. We have stumbled upon a attack scene where the mother and father were brutally mauled to death by a creature, and the son is inside. I don't know if he knows that they're dead, so maybe keep that on the down low. And Maury found a big metal chicken feather, and then he walked this way, and I followed, and then we found you. Also, we have a
Excellent.
pet bugbear named Keelik. I almost said Lick Key because I'm dyslexic.
I will process that information later. And then reach into the bag and hand him a tankard.
Oh,
Wait, I just had a brain blast.
thank you. Start drinking the tankard.
The beer is still cold. Like it's a fresh beer.
How many beers do you have in that? How big is the bag?
The bag, I believe, can hold the capacity of 8 cubic.
8 cubic what now? You got it right at the end.
8 cubic centimeters.
Robbie's voice box is having some issues today, apparently.
8 cubic feet.
8 cubic feet. Interesting. And then I just guzzled a tankard. The whole.
All right, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. I'm going to hold up a feather, and then I'm going to start walking over to the hippogriff and kind of compare the feathers.
Okay. So you're trying to see if there's a match?
Mm-hmm.
Going all CSI on that. Ronan, are you helping?
I am helping.
Okay. Investigation with advantage.
Dang, that's an 11.
With advantage, roll twice.
Oh,
Oh wait, you got dice now. That's right.
He had dice. They're gone now.
Yep.
RIP dice.
Sorry.
it's a nat 20.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey!
That's a goddamn good die. All right. That looks. It's not quite. See, it's like you line it up and you go back to the side of the hippogriff, and it doesn't quite match the body feathers. You go to the tail, it doesn't quite match the tail, and you start kind of coax the hippogriff. You like hold it up next to the hippogriff's wing, and it like kind of looks at you, looks at Lamy, and you swear it like rolls its eyes as it sticks out its wing. Kind of go down.
I love
Keep
this
doing your
hippogriff.
investigation, and as you get to right at the tip of the wing, it's like the scene in Great Mouse, or he doesn't do it in Great Mouse Detective, but like that scene in the CSI shows where the ballistics, like you rotate and they match perfectly. It's that. It looks like a entirely metal hippogriff wing feather.
Well, guys,
You're
I think I know what we're dealing with.
What are we dealing with?
And I just kind of like point at the feather and the other feather. I think we got some metal hippogriffs running around.
There were 2 hippogriffs where the original party found me in a cave. I followed a string down into this cave, and then I found these 2 hippogriffs, and they were scary because they're big birds. And so I went into a room, and then I stayed there for 3 months until Lamy found me. And
3 months?
3 months, I survived off rats and rainwater.
I'm sorry.
Worse things have happened, it's really okay. But they weren't there when we left. Lamy, did you guys let out the hippogriffs before you found me, or were they there when we left?
Can I buttle in as soon as he asks Lamy that? Can I just be like, I'm like, I guess me and Thrall are still like on the ground, like, you know, inspecting stuff, you know, doing the. I'm just gonna look up and go.
You guys are here. You guys are kind of still in the back of the house. You guys hear this conversation when Maury's like, "I think I found it." You guys kind of gather up around the at the front of the house. Lady Costa's come with you, and she's just kind of standing there watching this whole exchange.
And I'm just gonna kind of like interrupt and just be like, "Yeah, Lamy tried to hug him, and I'm pretty sure then they tried to stampede us, but we got out of the way, thankfully."
And where did they go?
The doors were open. Remember how the doors would just open when we would walk near them? They would open.
When I walked near them until Core
Yeah.
electrocuted me.
I think the doors opened for them as well.
Could they have gotten out, though? Because I had to, like, crawl out. How big is a hippogriff versus me?
I'm just gonna point at Josh's hippogriff.
Yeah, Ronan sees the size of a hippogriff. Chris
Oh.
doesn't know the size of a hippogriff.
So it's.
I was like,
Is that why you
So
didn't speak in an accent?
Yes.
My really dumb question is, my really dumb response is, it's big enough to ride.
It's the size of a horse, right? It's a little bit. It's like a Clydesdale of a horse.
A little
it's
smaller.
A little smaller.
It's a
like a Tricaner.
sure. It would probably be, yeah, definitely big enough to ride. They're not built like a draft horse. They don't have a ton of muscle because every pound of muscle you have to have more. Like the heavier it is, the bigger it has to be to fly.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely like it's a sizable riding horse.
So could it have fit out of the hole that we crawled out of?
No.
So there would have had to be another way out.
Mm-hmm.
I think some investigating is in order.
Ronin big brain time.
Big brain mode activate.
I rage.
So we should go check
Rage
out.
and punch Lythar in the face.
Make the attack roll, please.
Check out the cave. Yeah.
Yeah,
that the plan?
I think we should go, well, unless Lady Cost has a better idea. I think checking out the cave where we saw hippogriffs and where our friend Kor was turned into a metal wolf, and we think that these are metal hippogriffs, one would think that it's the same thing.
That's why I
Maybe.
got an idea.
And Kendrick's
They're
sword.
dragons!
Did you see my chat in the group?
No.
I
Yes.
figured you would appreciate it. Wait a minute. It's metal, right? Obviously. Could it still have a scent to it at all?
I don't know.
So is that a DM question?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming you know where I'm
Okay.
thinking about going at with this.
Yes, I do.
Am I about
Kor
to hack the
didn't have a
system?
chicken.
Yeah, you did.
Mori has the chicken.
Maury has the robot chicken.
No,
I
but in
have
the
the robot chicken.
remember it was
Very
before.
first episode.
Yeah, it was before you guys were here. He had this weird obsession with chickens, and it was kind of a joke, and then he turned it into a real thing.
So as someone who was there for that episode, if you remember, this was before Chris joined the party and before we started recording. Session 0
The old
involved
times.
Lythar, Kor, and
Lami.
Lami sitting in a room being interrogated by the constable that you guys met yesterday, or last week. And the constable very clearly was wondering, asking why the three of you were at the inn when it burned down. And Kor came up with a pretty quick, clever lie about an enormous chicken that fluffs him before the fights. There was no chicken.
Oh, I forgot it was.
There was no chicken. However, he did try to make an enormous chicken noise, and the constable was like, "No, you knock it off." So there is no chicken.
Well, my statement still stands. Dragons. I'm just kidding. But yes.
So back to the feather.
Metal.
Give me
Toaster smell. Saying.
Only after you put something in them.
Yeah, I'll say, is it the toaster or is it the toast?
No, if you take out a toaster out of a box and put your nose in it and smell it, it smells like a new toaster.
Chris, I worry about you and your habit of huffing toasters.
And it's cream cheese.
Give
and jelly
me-
sandwiches.
Would that be like a perception to even?
God, that would
It would be a tinkering check.
if you're sniffing the feather.
Well, I mean, I'm.
Why don't you just have the
Let
dog
me ask, what
smell
are you
it
trying to do?
and see
I
if
was
the
gonna-
dog finds it?
Yeah, I was gonna have Cora smell it
Okay.
and see if like she could pick up on a trail or at least like a direction of anything.
Okay.
'Cause they can fly, so obviously they might be like really far
Can
away.
they still
Mhm.
fly?
I don't know.
They're metal now.
From the two of you tracking, there are no clear like claw prints leaving this place on the ground. There's a huge swath that looks like it's been churned up, and several other large parcels that have been windblown, or what looks like a really strong wind blew through. But there are no hoof or claw marks exiting this area. Yeah, if you want to give the feather to Cora and have her sniff it.
Sweet. Sorry, that was really drawn out.
No, you're good.
So I'm gonna. Maury, can I see that feather really quick?
Sure, buddy. I hand it to him.
Cora, come here. Just gonna
Life
probably
are
right
you
next to
see
me.
with your eyes, not your hands.
She
Silly boy.
Cora comes over and sits next to you. And she's her usual glowy, kind of wispy self, kind of hanging out, sitting next to you, being a good girl.
I'm gonna kneel down. I'm gonna give her some head scratches. And I'll be like, "Can you try to smell this for me? See if you can get anything from this. This might be a tough one, but I believe in you."
Okay.
Point of inspiration for Cora for believing in her. Just kidding.
Okay.
For being a good baby.
She's gonna do a quick sniff. Let's say she gets advantage. Okay. She gets +6.
Plus
She
6
she
sniffs.
she kind of gets her nose up in it and she starts sniffing, and she gets about halfway through the feather, and then she just sneezes and kind of backs, so like kind of takes a step back and sits back down, and it's just like she just sneezes for about probably 10 to 15 seconds straight.
Okay, I'm gonna kill her. Great.
Now you're going to turn your spectral dog into a spectral robot dog. Good job.
Oh God, please no. I don't want that.
Do it.
She once the sneezing subsides, she kind of looks at you and looks back at the feather and goes back in for another sniff, and this time she doesn't sneeze, and she manages to sniff all the way down to the edge of the feather, all the way down to the base. And once she gets to the base, her ears kind of perk up and swivel forward, and she takes a step back and starts sniffing the air. And she starts kind of walking in a circle around the group as she's sniffing. And you, after your brief little time together, this is the same kind of behavior she had when she got Lady Cost sent, and she's trying to dial something in right now.
Right. She's fine tuning.
So as she's walking the circle, Lady Cost is kind of looking at the gaggle of you. She kind of sighs. So what you're telling me is that my town is being attacked by metal hippogriffs?
Yes, indeed. Oh yes, you don't know what happened to Core. Because
No,
we
I
left.
remember what happened before.
Well, yeah, but you don't know what ended up. Core became a fully metal dwarf. Outside, inside, tap on him, ring ting ting, and then he
Behind the door in Cornvor.
And then we went down under Corumvor, found the door to Dorganvor, and he went through the door, and now we're here. He can also summon robot spiders. So he became a fully metal dwarf, beard metal and everything. And now he's mean.
He was always kind of mean.
I mean, he seems to me.
Right? What? Unless I'm the only one who can hear that.
Oh no.
You're
Somebody's angry.
And she kind of looks at everyone. She's like, so metal hippogriff. Okay.
It's not that far out of the realm of possibilities from our week.
This is why I stopped adventuring. Okay. The mayor's out of town because he's taking some of our livestock over to the mayor in Corumvor to try and get some help. Apparently, the mayor decided that you guys were all the help we needed and sent you early. So until the mayor gets back, the constable and I are in charge. And as the hippogriff experts and metal things experts, what do we do?
Go beat up the hippogriffs.
Okay, that's what you do. What am I supposed to do with the people in the town? How do I tell my husband's constituents that they need to hide in their houses or get eaten by hippogriffs.
Maybe
We don't
leave
have
them.
hippogriffs here.
Quarantine.
What you don't have them? What?
COVID 20.
If there aren't hippogriffs normally in this area,
No?
then why were
see?
they in the hole that I was in when I followed the string?
I don't know. Maybe they followed the string.
I don't know how smart hippogriffs are. I don't know if they could pull that off.
They're not.
I do believe a good leader would tell their people that there is a danger about. Whether or not you have had hippogriffs, you can tell them to shelter from them while we handle the problem. But do not have to mention that they are metal.
Just say angry hippogriffs.
Mm,
Do you know
Does
any
it have to
lightning
keep everyone
spells?
inside?
lightning. I don't. Dear, I dabble with illusions. I can't bring the lightning. I can make it look like lightning. And she snaps her fingers, and a bolt of lightning looks like it flies down and strikes her. Like she holds up her hand and snaps, and it looks like a bolt of lightning comes down, and it sounds like a bolt of lightning. Like everything feels like lightning, but when your vision kind of clears, she's standing there still in that position. Completely
I can
fine.
do something similar, and I lift my foot.
Robbie,
No.
you don't have to. It's okay.
I'm kind of new to this thing, but these guys have told me that they don't. The metal doesn't particularly like lightning. So I mean, if you can make the illusion, maybe it'll help scare them off if they ever come to town again.
Mm,
A perpetual thunderstorm.
that's true. I'll have to talk to everybody about it. And I'll
And
try
signs
to
of-
bring.
Signs of bad weather might help keep people inside.
True. The issue.
Tell them there's a plague and they should wash their hands and stay inside. And everything's cancelled.
That won't help. Have you tried telling farmers that? They won't listen. They have to bring in the next harvest before the rain hits. But no, I think that's the best. If I can cover this area with a big enough storm, that might help. Keep the people inside. Okay. So that's the town settled. I'll take Matt back with me. Actually, I should do that. I should get a head start while I still can. Yeah, I'll need some time to whip up the weather. Need time for the storms and lightning and the. I hate to ask this of all of you because you didn't know them like I did, but the last thing I want is for whatever did this to come back for the leftovers. Do you guys mind taking care of Mr. and Mrs. Ibarra in the back while I take Matt into town?
We will make sure that they are well taken care of.
Thank you. And she looks to Lamy. He was like, and sir, if you don't mind, can I borrow your hippogriff? Lamy kind of looks at the hippogriff,
How it
looks
works.
at her. He's like, on one condition.
Beer.
When we get to your house, I would like to stay there and try that closet of yours.
Oh my god.
She goes, oh yes, that closet. Once. You get to open that closet one time. He goes, done. And he hops on his, swings a leg up and hops on the hippogriff. And kind of steers it with his knees towards the front door. Lady Cost goes inside, grabs Matt, and is carrying him out. And they all hop up on the hippogriff. And before they all leave, Lady Cost turns to all of you and says, good luck. Just a gentle reminder, the lightning isn't real. please, and she looks at each and every one of you. She goes, please let me know if you need anything. Can any of you do magic?
I can.
I stare her just dead in the face. Oh yeah, my leg is still up in the air.
Yes, it is. If you need me, and she pulls out a small stone, just very smooth stone, and she hands it to you. She goes, if you need me, give me a call.
Okay.
She settles back up, and Lami's like, let's go, I gotta see this closet, and they kick off and start running down the forest trail.
I go in the back and start digging graves.
Okay. With your bare hands, or are you gonna find a shovel first?
I have a shovel. It's 5
Yes,
pounds.
As part of your inventory?
Yeah.
Holy shit, you're prepared.
Yeah, man.
I was gonna
Like-
say if Lami stayed around, we could just cremate them, but
Oh.
it's a little dark. I guess.
He's a lightning dragon, not a fire dragon. He'd also burn the house down in the attempt.
That's probably true.
It is. What
Um,
part of session 1 did you not remember?
I'm gonna send Frank to give him a hand too.
To help with the bodies in the back.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
his sword hand and his shovel. Shield
His
hand.
his spear and his shield.
Oh no, he has
Go
fingers.
shovel.
Oh, he has
He
fingers.
can, he can do things. Yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
He's
You
got
gotta upgrade.
phalanges.
He's got phalanges.
Look at this guy with his phalanges.
Is Cora still circling? Is she
Cora's-
lost?
Cora is still trying to get a lock on something. There's a couple times where she is pointing in a direction, and then the wind shifts a little bit, and she loses it, and she has to try and pick it up again. My camera's trying to focus on the wrong thing. Come back to me, camera. There you go. So after a couple of minutes, bodies are buried in the back. Most of the blood has been soaked up by the dirt. And aside from the 2 uneven mounds of dirt off by one of the stables, there's really no way. It just looks like an empty farmyard. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you guys start hunting?
Do they have any weapons laying around?
Mostly farm implements.
Do they have a metal pot?
Not with that die. Yes, there is a large metal cook pot. It is a cast iron, this thing lives on a hook that is embedded in the wall because it doesn't come off the pot. It goes over and back. You can carry it, but this is not the sort of thing you pick up and move around the house very often. It's a
No,
big
see,
hook.
I want like a little pot that would go over a campfire. It's the kind of pot I'm looking for.
No, they do not have one.
They don't have one. Okay.
No.
But no, I'm
That big pot kind of serves as their all time it's like having a cast iron skillet at home. It's the only thing, everything they cook goes in that thing. Looking around, they are not the wealthiest family, which explains why they didn't have multiple pots. But so as you guys leave the house, Cora hasn't been able to lock in any sense or anything like that. She hasn't been able to pinpoint a true direction. But most of her scenting from where you guys are at is going west. All her scents are pointing a general east direction. And that's really the closest Loch Lythar that you've been able to figure out that she's gotten. It's all east of where you guys are currently standing, which can inconveniently is not where the road goes. So you guys have a couple of options.
What? Thrall, because this stupid bugbear won't answer me. Where does he live? Does he live that way? Because he said that his people were getting attacked too.
Keelik, can you answer Ronan, please?
Just now or in the future?
Anytime he asks a question is fine.
Okay. To answer your question, we have dens scattered around this area. Most of our attacks have been to the southeast of here. We try to keep our distance from most of the humans because, well, they're racist. It's because I have hair on my face.
I think if you wouldn't attack them, they would dislike you.
Mm,
Same reason why I dislike you is because you attacked me.
well, good. I'm glad we agree on something. Hmm.
Ronan, settle down.
Well,
Which direction? Oh, sorry.
well, the dog is pointing east. He said southeast. Should we go east-ish? A little bit of south, a little bit of east. Crust is made with
South.
yeast.
Does anybody remember where the cave is? Which direction the cave is?
Do I remember which direction the cave is?
Yes,
Is
Is it
that
east?
that way?
the cave
We
is
were
the
there for
cave
3
is
months.
I was in the cave for 3 months. I didn't, come and leave. I didn't, go in and out of it.
He was in quarantine in the cave.
Yeah.
The cave was actually the people who were in the cave. Make a history check.
Natural 20.
Wow. All right. You-
That's what I get for rolling 3 nat 1s before this.
as you're kind of remembering, Ronan, you're like, I know if I went back to where I found that first string, I could get us there.
Do I know where the string was?
Yes,
Okay.
you remember because you remember the path from there to the remains of the burned down house back into the city, back into the town, because that's where you had to haul. You were hauling core that way.
Mm-hmm. One
and
of these
watching-
days I'll have to come up with a background reason as to why I was around these parts in the first place.
That's fine. We don't need to worry about that yet. We have
I
bigger
don't know
Why you
problems.
so
True.
fixated
So,
on string?
Ronan, can I ask you
Yes.
why did you follow the string in the first place?
It seemed like an interesting string. Wouldn't you follow a string if you found a string?
How far did the string go?
A ways.
Sounds like a trap to me.
Probably would have given
How
up.
far was the string, Mr. DM? Because I don't
10
know.
miles.
It was probably like 1.5 miles. It was like somebody hooked a sweater and just unfurled it, and it was just it just kept going.
Yeah, it went.
It was like
for
Tom
a
Baker's
while.
scarf in Doctor Who, where it just keeps going. But yeah, it was at least 1 mile. It just went off in this direction.
And
I think the
found
cave
where
is a
it
good
went.
place to start. Yeah.
Then let's go to the cave.
Okay. So as you guys are walking back, the easiest way to get to this cave is go back to the center of town and kind of retrace your steps from there. So you guys undo basically all the walking you did this morning.
Are we gathering?
Wait, did we finish
Lami?
burying the bodies?
We did.
Yes, bodies are
Yeah.
buried.
Okay, good. Want to make sure.
Yep, bodies are buried. Cora, as she's walking, is keeping her. She keeps looking up at the sky and kind of looking around and sniffing. And as you guys get probably 1/4 mile away from the outlying villages, you guys are starting to see what looks like a storm front coming in behind you guys, coming in from the northeast and pushing its way towards town.
Riders on the storm.
It's a big one. People in this area would call it a wagon tipper. This is the sort of storm that you have to hunker down and just ride it out and hope nothing gets broken in the morning.
Geez, we should probably get inside with this storm coming. We might have to wait.
No, that's the
Oh,
that's the
remember,
illusion one.
Yep, remember, not real.
I knew that.
Yep.
It
He
was
was
a test.
he was testing all of us. Yes, I got you, Ronan. We all passed. Good job, buddy. Yes, quiet.
So as you guys make it in and you're starting to go between some of the outlying buildings, you're starting to see people. They're still throwing glances your way as you guys are walking through, but no one is outwardly hostile to you. And nobody's waving a weapon in your face. They're just like, they are now preoccupied on closing up for the storm. So you're seeing storm shutters, you're seeing people hauling in anything that was out on their front porches, sort of adding extra slats and things like that. Like they're prepping for a hurricane almost.
Are we gathering Lamy or Mr.
As
DM?
you walk past Lady Koss' house, you see the hippogriff laying on her front porch, and she's sitting on the front porch, in a rocking chair, and she's holding Matt, and Matt is asleep. And she's just kind of sitting there, watching the storm come in behind you. And every once in a while, she like reaches up and like it looks like she's pulling something. Let's see. So Thalia, as you see her pulling, Thalia and Robbie actually, as you see her like kind of pulling something, you guys feel this. It's not like you're feeling magic blow past you. It's like the world itself is shifting a little bit. This is magic on a massive scale. But it's all like it is a massive illusion, because that's the only way to make something realistic, and for this situation is just make it huge. And she's just sitting on the porch, and she's just like, oh, we'll pull the clouds a little bit here, we'll add in like some patterns in here and tweak the wind a little bit, and you're feeling this slow push of magic pouring out from her. And she's just sitting on the front porch rocking a baby to everyone else in the town.
And we see no Lamy.
No Lamy.
Lamy's stuck in the closet. She locked him in.
Should we
As
go
you guys
get
walk by,
Lamy?
as she walks, she kind of waves. And as you guys you walk close enough to her house, she gestures to you to come a little closer.
I run over.
Okay. The hippogriff sees you coming and kind of like perks up its head and kind of like backs up a little bit, because you're 7.5 feet tall and scary, at a dead run. But as you come to a halt in front of her, she's like, shh, like kind of covering that. She goes, don't worry about your friend. He fell into the closet. He'll be there for a little while. I also feel like that's just going to be easier than keeping him in town, because
Right.
they think he's burned down the inn twice in a month.
Which he did.
So we still don't know about the first time, but he was there twice, which is enough to make that connection. Also, Patty said something about putting a bounty on his head, but I don't know how serious she was about that. But he's fine.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
keep an eye on him.
We're
keep him
going
out
to
of
go
trouble.
investigate the hole, and I curtsy with an 11, and I leave.
As you go to curtsy, the wind kicks up, and you're forced to do more of the Marilyn Monroe, like kind of keep your loincloth down, to not horrify and scar this 8-year-old that she's holding. But then you make your way over.
I run back to my friends.
Okay.
Goosh, 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 goosh.
For some reason, when I picture Ronan running, his two speeds, sprint and off. And so he runs as fast as he can, and then literally plants his heels and
It's
leans
like a
back and
a
screeches to a
Flintstone
halt.
stop.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So Ronan sprints his way back to you and continues walking down
Lonnie
the road.
fell in the closet. He's stuck in there. We're just gonna go without him.
Sounds good to me.
We don't have to hear any complaining about wanting to go to the inn. It'll be a
But
nice
Lythar, he
change
can't
of
pick you
pace.
up now.
Huh. Well, okay.
What did you say, Thrall?
I said, but Lythar, he can't pick you up now and put you over his shoulder.
Lythar, do you want to be picked up? I could pick you up.
No,
Are you sure?
Do it.
100% sure.
Okay.
Cora throws a look between the two of you, and she just like looks up at Ronan and then looks over at Lythar and looks back up at Ronan. And then keeps walking.
Alright, so we go to the place. We
Okay.
go to the hole.
As you guys walk past the burned down remains of the Longer Pike Inn, you actually see most of the debris cleared away. And the constable is there, and he's giving instructions for people to go and batten down their houses, and that construction can wait until the storm blows through. And Robbie, you see as people are running around, you see Frakes, the man who walked you by. He sees you and sees you with the rest of the group, and he kind of looks at you. He's like, "All right, cool," and he waves to you, very in the same wave that you kind of gave him when you first met him. He just throws you a polite wave.
I wave right back.
Goes back about his business. And as he walks into his house, you hear him yelling, "Deanna, get the kids and huddle, get ready to go down to the root cellar," as the door shuts behind him. And so the rest of you kind of keep moseying in. So Ronan's taking the lead because he knows where he's going. We're just going to establish kind of the marching order for how you guys are walking through all this. So Ronan's first. Who's up with Ronan?
All I know
I'll
is
do it.
I want to be in the back because of ranged things.
Keelik and I will go in after.
Okay.
So when we get flanked from the back, you're the first one to die.
Can I go in the middle?
So when you get dive bombed from
Oh.
above, you're the first to die.
There's no good choice.
Lythar, do you want to go dead last? Or do you want to not have somebody that could be on your ass?
I don't want to be the caboose. I'll be like in the back.
I can take caboose if nobody else wants it.
I would totally turn off my camera to show the picture of caboose, but if I do that, I'm afraid my camera will not work for the next 5 minutes. So I will not.
I appreciate the joke. I can do that in post. Chris, what's our timestamp?
49 minutes and 55 seconds. Probably 50 seconds for the actual.
That's fine.
joke.
That's close enough. Anyway, so Ronan is first. Thrall and Keelik are second. Who wants? Basically, it's down to Thalia and Thalia, Maury, and Frank. Where do you guys want it?
I guess me and Frank can take the backpack with Frank kind of being behind me.
Like the absolute caboose?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'm in the middle.
Go
So I
push to the
wrote
left.
out my marching order, and I went Ronan, Thrall, and Keelik, and made enough space for 3 names. And then I had to basically only add 1 name and then add the other 2 to the very end. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
I could erase it, but that's dumb. So anyway, so as you guys kind of start moving, Ronan, this is very familiar to you. You remember the road that you guys came back from. Every once in a while, you do have to turn around and kind of get your bearings as you're coming at it from a different direction.
Mhm.
But you're like, yeah, no, you recognize trees and some of the landmarks from when you went into town. And so you're able to like walk backwards and reverse that path. And so you guys get to, after a little bit of walking, the storm has started to blow further. And the wind is picking up. which is odd because it feels more real, like the wind is actually picking up.
Can I look around? Is there anything making the wind?
It's impressive that an illusion of this size is affecting the trees and affecting everything else, because you guys are probably a 20-minute walk outside of the boonies. So it just this is it kind of shows the scale of what's coming, of this storm that Lady Cost has whipped up. This thing is huge. But as you go through, you guys end up following this road into the remains of a burned down structure.
Is the chest still inside it?
Roll perception. You are still you are just now getting to the edge of this clearing.
Perception? Well, that's it.
Okay. From here, you can't tell. A lot of the chimney is still intact, but it's hard to see what's going on inside the burned down structure of this building. But as you walk forward, it looks like the chest is no longer there. So you guys come to the remains of this burned out house, and everybody give me perception checks.
Ooh.
Is that your dice, Chris? They sound so heavy.
They're metal boys.
Are they?
I got a 17.
That's a 19.
17, 19.
17.
Perception.
What'd you say, Mike?
17.
17? Wow, Jesus, y'all are perceptive bunch of
21.
motherfuckers. Jesus Christ.
I got a 9.
I got a 5. Oh,
Yeah, dips. We suck.
Actually, I need to roll.
Before
Does
anything
Cora
bad
get-
happens, I'm gonna look behind me over to... Fuck, what's Kendrick's person's name? Lythar. I'm gonna go, lots of memories with this chimney, eh?
Shit.
I'm just-
I know I didn't say it at the time, but I assumed that when we hit a marching
You pass without a trace?
summon the head.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
already in it.
Yeah, so you got your sword. Do you have your offhand armed and ready to go?
I mean, generally, yeah, it's just an
Yeah.
action to.
The gun hand is ready. Okay. So as you guys are looking around, Thalia, you spot it first. But Keelik is right behind you and noticing that there is something moving in the clouds. There is some large object flapping in the clouds, and you're seeing like disturbance in the clouds, and
It's a dragon.
there's like downdrafts and stuff like that it doesn't fit what's happening. So yeah, you see that there's something big and moving in the clouds, and Keelik notices right at the same time you do. And Keelik reaches out and pats Thrall on the shoulder. He goes,
I don't think that's the moon.
"We must hide. Now, get in the trees.
Why?
Go, just hide." And Keelik grabs Thrall's arm and starts to pull you in towards that tree line.
Does he mean hide under the trees or like get up in the trees?
I'm gonna start going to the trees.
I
Uh,
will also.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow his pulling.
Yeah, I'm
motion.
gonna run and follow him. I'll just verbally ask him, do you want us up in the trees or just get under the trees?
Just hide in the trees. If you want to go in the tree, that's your choice.
Ronan, throw me.
I'm gonna
Ronan, throw me!
I'm gonna grab. How close is the closest tree?
As you're running, oh man, I would say you're probably 15 feet from the tree, and the bigger branches are probably 15 feet up. We'll just make this an even.
All right,
Okay,
maybe
yeah,
not
right.
throw. Can we do
I
like
grab
a,
him
he-
and I
oh,
throw him.
No.
I like shot put him
We could have a more. You could just put your hands out, and I could jump on him, and you could
Okay, I'll
do that.
Like,
That's a little.
You
bit
want to do
safer.
the you want to do the throw jump?
Yeah.
So I'll,
That
like,
way,
run
he's
in
not
front
just
of him
grabbing me and going.
Do
Okay,
a little
so
cheerleader
So-
up.
Ronan,
Mhm.
give me an athletics check with advantage because this is coordinated.
Well, that's good. 'cause that was a
Lythar,
one.
give me an acrobatics check with advantage because you are assisting each other.
Did you say athletics?
Athletics.
Yo,
Athletics is
yo,
the throwing one.
18.
Athletics or is mine's an acrobatics, right?
Yours is acrobatics, but
So
you're
that's-
giving each other advantage because you're helping.
So that's a
Because
21.
because this is not. I grab you by the seat of your pants and hurl.
I got a 21.
Nice. Okay.
I
Lythar,
thought
how
this
much do
was
you
going
weigh?
to be bad because I rolled.
How much do I weigh?
Like
Oh,
what?
Shit, I don't even know.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, I'm like 165, 170.
Perfect. That's
probably.
fine.
I'm
So,
not
yeah.
too heavy.
So Ronan, you turn and like lace your hands together, and like like you're running and you turn and you kind of plant and skid backwards. Lythar runs, jumps, and you just hurl him kind of over your head into the trees. And Lythar, you're able to get your hands out and kind of loop around and land on a branch. And you're about 20 feet up on the edge of the clearing, hiding in some pretty dense foliage.
Hell yeah. Oh, shit, I
how
left Cora
close to
down there.
am I to Keelik?
Hmm?
How close to Keelik am I?
Keelik is once you turn around.
Not really.
Now Keelik's already got Thrall into the tree line at this point with that throw. If there's anything else anybody wants to do, you can get one action before.
Is-
I
was
just want
my
to ask
action-
Yeah,
Keelik
well-
what the thing is.
While we are running, I am going to ask, why are we running?
Why are we running?
Why are you running?
Keelik is off, like already has Thrall basically in the tree line, and is moving a little deeper into the woods with you, Thrall. Really, Ronan, Maury, Frank, and Thalia hear Robbie's question.
I'm going to yell the question. Keelik, what is it? Why are we running?
And
Response?
So Keelik, like as he's running with you, Thrall, he has led you into like a pretty dense hedge of sort of like thorny brambles and stuff like that. And he grabs one of the larger brambles and lifts it up, and there is a kind of a crawl space almost that looks hollowed out into a depression in the ground. And he looks at you and goes, "Get it. Hide here."
Did I hear that?
This is a little further ahead. He did hear the
Okay.
yelling. He heard the question. He's just busy at the moment. What was your question, Thrall?
I was just gonna ask, is there enough space in here for all of us or just me?
You're bigger than I am, so just you for now. But I will help your friends. And he turns and he goes, "Whatever it is, that's what's been attacking my people."
Oh. Then we shouldn't be hiding. We should be out there. We want it to attack us.
Are there any other actions somebody wants to take?
Was my action jumping up?
Did I hear that?
You heard the response. You heard that this is the thing.
Oh,
This is-
shit. Yeah, I'm gonna stop running, turn around, and just release the biggest burst of static I can.
Okay. What are you trying to do?
Attract a big metal hippogriff
Okay.
that hopefully speaks static.
Give me a persuasion check, or I can make that persuasion check for you.
I got it, and it is plus. Oh,
Should be a +8
it's 15.
because your charisma's through the fucking roof.
No.
What'd you get?
15.
15. So you guys, Robbie does like plants his foot mid stride, and it's like he's locked to the ground with that foot, and he just stops and pivots on it and looks up, and there's this enormous burst of static. How long is the static going to last, or is it just like one ping only?
No, it's sustained.
It's like this okay, so you're letting out this static scream.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're at the back of the line, so that's not a huge. You're towards the back.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, especially with that plant, everyone else is kind of past you. So you guys are in sort of a scattered line. Does anyone want to change their position? Everybody gets like one last chance. Maury, what are you and Frank? Oh, sorry, we'll start.
Where am I at? Because I don't think I got in the hole.
He's holding up. He's holding up this patch for you to go hide in.
I'm gonna tell him that if you don't want to fight this with us, you should go in there. But I'm gonna stay out with the rest of my friends.
We'll circle back to Maury. What do you want to do?
I want to use my action to run into the woods.
Okay.
But I'm going to leave Frank kind of like on the edge.
Hanging out with them. Okay.
Yeah.
Sally, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go in the woods.
Okay. Would you like to hide? Do you want to just like wait and check stuff out?
I don't want to like super high, but I want to be behind a tree, like out of visible, like easy visibility.
Maury, do you also want to be hiding? Do you want to prepare
I want to
anything?
be like hiding behind a tree.
Okay.
Shotgun in a bush.
Can I?
Lythar,
tell-
what would you like to do?
Can I just like? I'm assuming Cora probably can't climb up that far up the tree,
Correct.
nor would that probably be even useful. So I'm just gonna tell her to like, kind of like hide behind the tree I'm in, like
Mhm.
be ready but stay out of sight. But the
Mhm.
same tree that I'm in.
Okay. Yeah, as she kind of runs and circles the tree that you're in, you see the glowing moonlight dim significantly. So she just looks like a very pale wolf sort of running around, and she ends up settling in a ready position behind the tree that you're in. Ronan, what would you like to do?
I will run towards Robbie.
Okay.
Is this clearing like is there like a huge clearing and then the woods, or is it like all kind of like a wooded area?
This is a clearing. There used to be a house here. The only significant piece of infrastructure is the chimney. The remains of this chimney that goes probably 20 feet in the air.
Okay.
Everything else is burned down, and just kind of debris. Okay. And so Thrall, as you talk to Keelik, he kind of looks at the hidey hole. He looks back at you and drops the branch. I will fight with you, but I'll need a weapon.
Oh yeah, we never picked up his
I
weapon
will.
when he dropped it. Whoops.
I will hand him my glaive because I believe I still have that.
Mhm. All right.
We're arming the bugbear.
So as you guys all kind of settle and ready yourselves, Robbie, you let out that static, and you're getting you feel it more than you hear it. There's a modulation to it. There's a harmonic, because a part of the static, part of this blanket field of noise you're making is resonating, is louder now. Like something has been added to it. And you feel like this, and it comes into tune, and this winged figure comes out of the sky. And it is not a hippogriff.
Dragons!
It is not a dragon.
God damn it! Harpy. I don't know. No, those don't.
It does not look like anything. It looks like an enormous bird. An absolutely enormous bird.
Oh,
What else?
fuck.
Is it a?
Was I right?
What did you say?
Give me.
What did you think it was, Rachel?
I thought it was a rock.
I also think it's
think
now
it
a
is.
rock.
A what?
A
Yeah.
rock.
Everyone roll initiative,
What
please.
is a rock?
It's not a boulder. It's a
gigantic-
rock.
Mm.
Oof.
Oh wait, is
Oh,
that a real
no.
type of bird? A rock? I have a disc golf disc called the Rock. It's got a big ass bird on it. ROC.
Dang.
It's a,
Okay.
it's a big bird.
17 for Roddy.
Does that mean it's a metal rock?
It's a rock band, effectively.
But
It's hard rock, actually. Sorry, let me get everybody's names down.
You got me.
It's hair metal because it's a hairy bird.
It's not. It's got feathers. It doesn't have hair. Are God, it takes me so long to go through the initiative track because there's so fucking many of you.
Not my fault.
It's also because like I have Cora and Keelik and everybody.
At least we don't have Lami.
Dude,
That's
if he was here, as
No,
soon as
Rami-
Keelik would have
Lami's
said
here.
run, Josh would have been like, I stand still.
All right, Ronan, what was your roll?
10.
Okay, Thrall, what was yours?
11.
Okay, let me roll. Lythar, what was yours?
16.
Okay. And Cora roll her own initiative. I should know this by now.
If it works the same as the bear from Critical Role, it just goes on Kendrick's turn.
It takes your turn on the initiative. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what Frank does.
Yep.
so.
Mari, what was yours?
13.
Okay. Thalia, what was yours?
18.
Nice.
And
We got
Robbie,
some
what was
good
yours?
ones in there.
17.
17. And I will roll. Okay. Okay.
Could we possibly take a small break?
And this is where we will break because I need to organize some combat notes and figure out the actual initiative track. So we will be right back. Everybody take a 10. We'll be back.
I need beer for this.
Yeah, take a 10.
9:20.
We'll be back at 9:20. So we've all rolled initiative. It's time.
I
And
dropped
Did
my
Josh,
phone.
Oh.
Let's do it.
Josh, this is for you.
Oh no! I know what that is!
Wait, what?
What?
Those are all the
Those-
dice that have killed people.
Oh no, that's the Acquisitions Incorporated dice.
These are the only dice that I've ever killed a player. So just so you know kind of what you're in for.
Why?
What may happen.
Why are you taking those out? Put those away.
That's
Just put
Yeah.
those away.
If I die, 100% evil druid changeling. Okay.
Duly noted. So we'll cut back to where we left off, where this absolutely fucking ginormous bird has come out of the sky. From where you guys are standing, like it punches through the clouds, probably 150 feet away from 150 feet up. And the size of this thing, it doesn't look like it makes sense because like the silhouette looks like just a normal bird of prey, and then it starts getting closer, and this thing is probably 125 feet across, like wings fully extended.
Oh.
This thing is big.
Oh, we made a mistake.
And it's coming in, and it comes through the clouds and starts to circle this clearing. And Robbie, as it gets closer, that it doesn't get any louder. It doesn't get in tune. It just gets more and more intense. And it's hitting the same frequency as your static or a part of your static. And it's answering. Just and it starts you feel your body start to shake in response to this resonance that you've built up with this thing. And the rest of you, as it comes in, you start to hear it sounds like a normal screech, but somehow it's almost tinny, like you're hearing it on like a terrible recording, but it's also so incredibly loud because of the size of the voice that's making this, as it's banking around this just starting to circle this clearing that you guys are in.
At any point between the bugbears and now, did we have a short rest?
No?
Fuck. Okay.
We got potions, though. Don't forget about those.
Yes, we do have potions.
So,
Brandon, goddammit, that gif.
at the top of the initiative track, Keelik and Thalia. Thalia, what is your dex bonus?
Sorry, let me find the right. Dex is +2.
Not like
Okay. So you two tie. So if you want to go first, that is entirely your prerogative.
How far away is it?
It's about 150. It's banking around. It's like between 150 and 200 feet, depending on where in the clearing it is, because the sense of scale on this thing is rather large.
Okay. Logistics question. Can I hold my action but still do my bonus action?
Yes, because you're holding your action will use up your reaction.
Okay.
So you can still use your bonus action.
All right. I'm going to hold my action until it is within 60 feet of me.
Okay.
And as my bonus action, I will Bardic Inspire Robbie.
Okay.
And there you go.
What's our inspiration track for today?
I don't think I've used this one yet, but
Ooh, yes. I like this. New combat music. Also give me give me a nature check.
okay.
Or history if you have. Give me a history check.
I still really like Big Bird on rollerblades.
It's Waluigi. Thanks.
That history you said I could do?
Yeah.
22.
So, yeah, this looks like a rock, but not an adult.
Goody.
Because adults are bigger.
Is it a metal rock?
It's
I broke my camera by trying to watch the video. God
Yep.
damn it.
there you go. Mistakes were made. But it is a rock. It's just not. It's not fully grown. And it does look shiny. Sure as shit looks shiny. Don't know what that's about. And then Keelik is going to take the glaive from Thrall and kind of heft it a little bit, and he's going to walk up to the edge of the tree line, and he's going to crouch, and he's going to look up for the first time and see this thing, and his jaw drops. He looks back at Thrall and goes, "I've never seen that before."
No, it's not what's been attacking his people.
we should have gotten the hole.
You know
I
where it
should have
is.
gotten the hole.
You know where it is. That is. Tell you what, we'll both fit in there if we squeeze.
Do we have enough time to find the other ones?
No.
I can try. If you want.
I'll I'd rather leave it up to him to decide what he wants to do.
Okay.
What'd I miss?
We're all gonna die.
Yep.
Yeah, that's long and short of it. So he's going. Keelik like looks back at Thrall and looks up at this thing, and just like throws a finger in his mouth or two fingers in his mouth and whistles, and sort of waves into the tree line like he's trying to bring everybody into the trees. I'm gonna do let's check on whistle over here. It's pretty loud. Robbie, you don't hear it over the harmonics. Over like your head is starting to shake, like someone like Ronan is grabbing it and violently shaking it. Like it just you're starting to get these resonant frequencies in the metal components, and it's starting to just hum. And that's the two of them. Next up's you, Robbie.
Excellent. Can I stop the screech?
Yes.
Excellent. So I stop and instantly yell out, I do believe the anomaly is spreading. Look at it. How far away from me is it?
It's we'll say like 160 feet.
160 feet?
160.
Still a little too far away. I'm going to look straight at it, keep my arms out to the side, and cast mirror image, and 4 of me appears in the same spot.
The same spot as you?
Yes.
Like stacked on
So No. So basically in the 5-foot square, there are 4 of me standing around. One of me is real.
Okay.
And it can't tell which one.
Okay. So now you guys see Robbie like
So he used double team.
yeah. Robbie uses double team and all of a
Not
sudden
double team in the game, double team on the TV show.
Yeah.
and there are now 4 of them, 4 Robbies all kind of standing together. Do they all match your pose, or are they
Yes,
separate copies?
yes. So,
Okay.
So 3 illusory duplicates of yourself appear in your space. Until the spell ends, the duplicates move with you and mimic your actions, shifting position so it's impossible to track which images. You can use your action to dismiss. Basically, every time it tries to attack me, I roll a d20 and it has a chance to hit one of them instead.
Okay. So yeah, there's now suddenly 4 Robbies in like clustered together.
Robbie plays magical hats.
Holy early 90s TV, Batman. And is that your action?
That is my action, and I can't hold a bonus action, can I? Or can I? No, you know what? I don't want to, because I have a reaction that, yeah, I'm just going to keep trying to taunt it.
Excellent. All right, so that's Robbie. Next up is Lythar. And
Superstar. Why are you rubbing your face?
Oh no, not because of you, just like in general.
So as we're going through the initiation
If only we were all cows.
Has it been flying closer to us as this is all happening?
so it's circling this field. that
Okay,
you guys-
how far away is it from
Right.
me? Remember, I'm up in the trees. If that gives me any.
So 160 feet plus 15 feet.
I'll round and say 140. You had a good throw. You're 20 feet up. You're 140 feet away from this thing
So he's closer to it than Robbie?
because of the elevation.
Ah.
Because the altitude
Yeah, okay.
I can't.
matters a little more.
I can't use Hunter's Mark yet. He's too far away.
Maybe it's friendly.
I feel ya.
Creature within
We
yeah
should go
90
into the
feet.
holes.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna See, I don't have any fancy buffs or anything. I'm just gonna take a shot. What I do best. 140 feet.
140. That's within your standard range.
Yes, it is, baby.
Standard?
Yeah, what's my max? 150 or 160, right?
Once 600 is his absolute maximum. Anything past
Christ.
anything past
What?
150, he rolls at disadvantage.
But I could still
Longbows are stupid.
imagine nat 20 at
My
600
equalizer's
feet.
better.
Yeah, the equalizer is better because it's a fucking gun.
You better ground it because otherwise I'm useless.
Well, ensnaring strike that has a range too. Ooh, it might be 150 though.
That was me talking to
Ensnaring
you.
strike
We're all
attaches to
talking
your
to you.
attack.
Attaches to the attack.
Wait, so if it's up in the air and I hit with ensnaring strike, would that freeze it
Oh,
in
if
the
it's
air?
done,
if
would
does it fall?
If it
That's what I'm
succeeds
saying.
on the saves, or if it fails on the saves, it
It'll
will
fall.
be constrained and unable to move. And when you are flying and unable to move, you begin to fall.
Oh, fall damage.
Is there any difference between a level 1 and 2? Because some of mine don't. Mine,
It increases damage.
yeah, so we're gonna cast ensnaring strike at a 2nd level spell slot,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna take a shot
Okay.
at this terrifying bird.
This enormous bird.
So, do I roll attack like normal? I haven't used ensnaring strike in a
Yep.
while.
You treat it like a normal attack. This is so casting this is sort of your bonus action.
Right.
So you're not casting it on the arrowhead. You're just shooting and then casting. With your
Right. Okay. So what's my thing? That is a
Just to give
plus-
everybody a reference point.
So I have plus 11. So that is
That's a full size rock. This one's slightly smaller.
So that's a dirty 20.
Okay. With all your bonuses, that will hit.
Thank God. If you said it doesn't hit, I was about to shit myself because that would have been bad. Okay, so
Okay.
that hits.
Okay.
Do I roll damage still?
The target. So you're casting this. So let's do the bow damage first.
Okay. Sorry, I have not used the spell in a while,
That's
ladies
fine.
and gentlemen.
We,
You
is
used
the
it on
first time
Rami last week.
no, that was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
That was when
Oh,
you
right,
first
you
found
tackled
Rob.
it.
It was 2 days
Right.
ago, okay? In game.
2 weeks and 2 days.
In game, 45 minutes.
So that is a sad boy 7 on damage.
It's dead.
Okay, so
you killed
what
it.
is the save you need?
That one has crack claws.
I don't know
Attack slash save says strength 13. So he has to get it.
So it has to beat a 13 on a strength save to not be restrained.
He's definitely
What's
not
its
going to
strength
that.
modern modifier?
Probably plus
Also,
13.
important information. A large or larger creature has advantage on this save.
You didn't save that.
It's on your spell list.
Read.
Read, Kendrick.
What's on my list
Kendrick,
is this
you
thing
did
of
not
attack.
gargantuan.
You fucked us.
However, it is technically one step down from gargantuan because it is a child. It is huge.
I didn't fuck you guys. I hit it regardless. That's all I
We
was
could
going
have
to
ran
be.
to the trees and hid in the holes.
My God.
So as Keelik lets out this whistle, waves to bring everybody back, and everyone's looking into the tree line. 20 feet up, you see this flash of an
Wait.
arrowhead.
He motioned people to. I had to restart my computer. Nobody told me he was like retreat. I thought we were doing this. Nobody supplied that information.
I'm s-
To be fair,
It's too
I'm
late.
doing this.
Too late.
So
Fuck.
the arrow
you
flies and just hits. It's a beautiful shot. It's dead center in this thing's chest, and it hits, and you see. It looks like vines, but the vines are metal. So it's like barbed wire start to unfurl from this thing. and wrap around its wings and pin its wings to its side, and it starts to fall.
Guys, run.
It
I'm
starts.
already in the trees.
It lets out this shriek as like, you hear like this warbling cry as the wings get kind of tucked at an awkward angle, and it starts to just twist and plummet to the ground.
MVP.
What would Cora like to do?
How is it still falling, or has it hit the ground?
It is not. It has not hit the ground yet. This is it. So this is in the same like right after your 6 like you get the first 3 seconds, and
Right.
she's getting the second 3.
Well, she can't jump really high up in the air. And,
She
like,
cannot jump. She cannot jump 160 feet to
No.
no.
She doesn't have that power yet.
You're assuming an awful lot of things.
I really wish she had like a freaking
Hyper beam.
like a howl buff or something. I'm just gonna have her pretty much stay where she's at.
Oh God! Ow! No, stout it does not do well in the nose.
I really wish like she had like a buff where she would like have, have that. So she's just gonna sit there and be proud of me. Because I'm always proud of her.
God, so my only frustration with D&D, especially 5th edition, there's not a falling speed. There's feather fall, and then there's everything else.
The bigger you are, the harder you fall.
The harder you hit.
Oh.
Oh, I swear to God, somebody worked it out. You fall X amount of rounds per second.
If you take this away from me, Curtis, I will never play again. I'm just kidding. Shoot the whoop.
No, sorry, this is super boring.
Featherfall allows for one to fall 60 feet per round, 6 seconds at a speed of 10 feet per second without suffering fall damage. Free fall with is faster
When in doubt,
than
into
that.
the book.
Little High will tell us a body falling freely, assuming G equals 32 feet per second to the second power for 10 feet, will attain a final speed of 25 feet per second. So this all makes sense. 10 feet per second, no damage. 25 feet per second equals 1d6 damage.
I'm not doing that kind of math. So, what did I say? 160 feet in the air?
Yes.
Cool. So this thing starts to just like it's now literally only being carried by forward momentum, and it like twists and falls, and it can't finish its bank to come around to you guys. So it kind of like there's some movie where this happens, but basically like this on fire bomber just comes screaming in over people and crashes behind them.
World War II?
Most of World War II, I guess. But it just comes in and crashes through these trees. I need 160 feet. I need 16d10, one moment. Gonna have to re-roll some shit.
Boom.
16 D10.
1d6 per 10 feet.
Oh, okay. It's like
Because it's falling like it's having a bad time.
Could have just let it go.
That's an average of
Also
40
Kendrick,
damage.
roll 2d6, please, because you're still entangling this thing.
Oh, it does damage. I forgot.
Sound like Lami.
This is what I found.
You said 2d6?
2d6, please, because you cast it. I did not get enough d6s.
There's no bonuses on this, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I don't think so.
7, and 8.
There-
Twice.
There's no modifications on these.
No,
ones,
it's just a
right?
G6, but you're holding it every round.
Alright, I'll let you know when you're ready. I wish Josh was here to see all this DPS I'm doing, since he complains about my DPS in WoW.
What are you playing in WoW?
Oh, Rogue. They are not what they used to be, let me tell you. They are not what they used to be. Or I just suck.
Josh is a paladin, I assume.
Yep.
30.
as usual.
Remember the number 30 for me, please.
Got it.
I hope I kill this thing in one hit. I will be a god. No one picks Lythar up anymore.
And then
30
Ronan
plus 23,
53.
53.
Ronan.
And I got...
Should have thrown Lythar in a hole.
Why? 'Cause I just
This
did the
is
most
this
badass
is
thing ever.
1/16.
Okay, and
of
how
its
much
hit
damage
points.
did you, Kendrick, do?
I got a 2 and a 6, so a total of 8.
Cool.
Total of 61 points of damage.
61. So not bad for a single round. You did most of that damage not even on your turn. I'm not proud of you.
This sounds like one hit from Lonnie.
Yeah, but Lythar can do this multiple times. So this bird, this huge bird, just like and like plows through the trees and basically levels probably a 60-foot swath of trees as this thing comes in and rolls and starts slamming into things.
All the trees.
Yeah, it is fucking up the forest on the way through.
Nos. Sorry, tree friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
now
so
you
it is.
explained all the tree friends why you fucked up the forest.
Yeah.
This is. So Kendrick, you know this isn't part of the Elderwood, but this is also just in general. You're just fucking up this forest on your way out.
Yeah. It'll grow back.
So this thing lands probably 100 feet behind, like as it comes in and banks and ends up about 100 feet behind Keelik and Thrall. In the opposite direction of everybody else. And so on its turn, gonna try to get out of this again.
I'm gonna cry like a little bitch because I just messed it up.
What's your DC again?
13.
13. No way. No way.
So it like kind of turns a little, kind of gets its beak under one, rips,
Oh.
and the binding falls away. It's still kind of got its wings pinned, like there's still stuff on its wings.
So don't
but it
roll
is-
any more damage.
No more. It is busted out, but it is not completely free of this vinage. The shiny viney. And it's gonna take its turn. Gets up, use its action. So
It's gonna kill me in one hit because it's so mad.
Who's the closest to it at this point?
the two of you,
Wait, who's
Thrall
the
and Keelik, are the closest.
Oh, thank
You guys are about 100 feet, and there's like
So everybody's still in the clearing, and it's behind.
it is
where we-
behind it overshot
Gotcha.
the clearing effectively. It's mostly woods. You've got about 40 feet of woods, and then it's a lot of debris. So there's difficult terrain directly. Like there's some knockdown trees and stuff that'll take a little longer to get through. For about 15 feet. So from you, it's 100 feet. 40 feet of trees, 15 feet of knockdown trees, and then open, like, basically freshly turned earth where this thing just went careening through.
And how far total away is it from us?
100 feet.
Gotcha.
40 feet, you can cover. The 15 feet, because it's difficult terrain, will take double movement. And then the rest is just open field. And Maury, you're up. You and Franco.
I don't know what to do. Do we run? What should I do?
Dude, I
We
just
keep shooting it.
demolished. Dude, you got the equalizer. Equal this baby out.
I stand.
Do I have a clear shot to hit?
Mister, I got a
I-
gun.
I do believe it is infected.
There's a hole.
So we
right
have to kill it anyway. Eventually.
There is a if you moved up to the edge of the trees, you'd be able to get a shot, and you'd be able to like brace yourself up against a tree and be able to like get a clear line on it if you got to the tree line.
I'm gonna make it to like the rough terrain and like brace myself on a broken down tree.
Okay.
Take a shot
What's
at
your
it.
speed?
He was in the
It's-
trees.
Yeah, I was in the trees.
You were in the trees, yeah.
Start
So you're
with-
kind of in that mosh pit. What is your speed?
25 feet.
Okay, so you can't get quite up to it yet.
Darn. Okay.
I'll
I'll get as far as I can.
Yeah, you'll get your 25 feet in and then brace against the tree. Okay.
These little
Take a.
legs can only go so far.
That's true. Is Frank coming with you?
Yeah, he's gonna try it.
Okay.
He's still in the clearing, so I guess he's gonna use. Does he get? Whatever. I got a 9 for my attack. So
Yeah, that'll hit. I'm just kidding.
What was it? 9?
Yeah.
What's your added? do you
yeah,
add to that, baby?
that was 9 total.
Oh,
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. I have a gun.
What, did you roll a 2?
I rolled a 6. Isn't it just +3?
You only have a plus
No, it's
three?
+3 +3 because it's your intelligence modifier and your proficiency bonus.
Okay, it's 12 then, but still.
Still doesn't hit. But it's not a misfire, which is good.
Oh yeah.
So you get up and you kind of sight up against a tree, and you shoot, and the bullet just kind of wings off above it because it's still kind of thrashed around a little bit. So your shot goes wide. So Frank has 40 feet of movement.
Yes.
And can also dash. So Frank can get up to you really quickly. Or he can go up ahead of you.
I'll have him go ahead of me a little bit.
Okay. So he can get to the edge of the rough terrain or into the rough. He can get like 5 feet into the rough terrain.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Brandon, what is that GIF from? The Skyrim one? Is that from like a video?
I don't know.
I need to see that. If that's a
I just
video.
typed in Fusroda and that was the first thing that popped up.
It hurts so right.
And then. Okay. So that's Maury and Frank. Numbered there right next to you. Thrall, you're next.
I'm. Hold on. I guess I'm gonna move the 30 feet towards the that tree line where
Okay.
I went down at.
Okay.
That's about all I'm gonna do.
You can use your action to cover another 30 feet, if you'd like. You can you can use your action to dash and cover that extra space.
You said it's still 100 feet out.
So that would get you through the 40 feet of trees and into 10 feet of the rough terrain.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do
Okay.
easy action.
Okay. So you 10 feet into this mosh pit. Moved there. Okay, great. Ronan. Welcome to the bottom of the stack. What would you like to do, friend?
Yeah, I will, Fuck, Robbie didn't move. I'm just gonna take off running towards wherever it fell down.
Okay.
Can I make it to Maury?
What's your speed?
40.
40? If you dash, abso-fucking-lutely.
Can I make it past Maury? I want to know if I should pick up Maury or not.
Oh God.
You can make it a little ways past Maury.
Or,
So-
like, I want to get enough past Maury that if he wants me to pick him up, he can make it to me during his turn.
So you could get
Like 10 feet past him, because that's rough terrain. Isn't
that's getting a little meta-y.
Okay.
But you could dash up to him and ask if he wants a lift, and then get in there.
I'll
But
do that.
if you dashed, you would get you would get almost out of. You would get 15 feet into the rough terrain.
I'm gonna stop at Mori and ask him if he wants a lift. Mori, do you want a lift?
Sure. Let's go for it.
I'll pick him up and use whatever movement I have left to go forward. More.
Okay. Okay. Are you just like, how are you carrying him?
I
'Cause
put him
that
on
might
my
be-
on my shoulder.
He's up. Okay.
You have a turret now.
A very angry single shot turret. Great. This is what I signed up for when I started playing D&D. Thalia, what would you like to
I would like to run towards the.
towards the thing?
Yeah. How
Okay.
close? How close can I get to it? I think my
Um,
movement speed's 30.
You can get to the edge of the rough terrain. Like right up to the part where it eats double your movement speed. If you dash, if you burn everything.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So I've got Ronan's almost out. Thrall is in the thick of it. Frank's in the thick of it. Thalia's right there. Keelik. He's like still kind of waving, and everyone just keeps running past him as he watches this thing just come crashing out of the sky. And when he's like, after like the thudding and everything has landed, he kind of turns and looks up at you, Lythar, and he's like, this. It's hard to tell a bugbear's expression, especially from a distance with all just the fur and everything. But it's definitely like, there's definite astonishment and amazement on that dude's face that you just brought this thing down with a single shot.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
And so he just like, he kind of just like, he looks back at the hiding spot. And he just kind of, it just takes the glaive and chases after you guys. And as he's running, he starts to sing. He starts to sing in Goblin.
Hi ho, hi ho.
I
Not
don't
quite.
think that's Goblin.
That's not Goblin. That is in fact the enemy. That's the song of the enemy of his people, the dwarves. But he makes it. He makes it into the rough terrain as well. He's kind of keeping pace with you, Thrall, as the two of you run in. Nobody here speaks Goblin. Is that correct?
I don't think any of us do.
I don't think
Wait.
so.
Nope.
Mori did.
Nope.
I can read it.
I speak Dwarvish and Halfling.
Good.
Good.
It's Kumbaya and Goblin.
It is not Kumbaya. Goblins do not sing Kumbaya.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
For an out of game reference, those of you who've seen Star Trek,
Yeah.
there's an episode where the Klingons are going to just go kick the shit out of the Dominion in DS9, and they're all. I'm gonna find this clip because it's kind of like a Klingon sea shanty, but it just sounds really, really menacing. It's kind of that, but it's more like a barking, like it's a battle chant. This dude, like he's singing like, I'm gonna go do what they're doing and just fight it out.
Dude, I got him hyped.
He's just kind of singing in Goblin to himself and just like he's hyping himself up to go into battle. It's almost like a prayer before you go into fight, except really angry. And on that note, speaking of really angry, Robbie,
Hi.
what would you like to do, my friend?
So the first thing is we need to talk about the fact that I can read a whole bunch of things a little bit later.
Okay.
And then the second part of this is I'm going to start releasing that static, like looking directly at this thing. I'm going to start releasing that static again because, God damn it, I did not make the mirror image. And how far away from me is it?
From you, it's about 115, 110. We'll say 100, 115 for complicated
cool.
math.
I'll run towards it, but
Mhm.
only use my 30 feet of movement. So whoever I'm next to at this point, and just let off 2 shots of Belcher.
Okay, so you're kind of in the woods. Everyone else is a little further ahead of you. I think Thalia is the closest, and she's about 30 feet. Yeah, she's probably like 20 feet, like 10 to 20 feet up in front of you.
So 4 of me run forward and shoot off, Mega Man style.
We Mega Man this shit.
Yeah. I have Bardic Inspiration. What can I use that on? It's a plus how much to?
It is.
It's a 1d8 to.
Yeah, 1d8 to ability checks, attack rolls, or saving throws. They can be added after seeing the roll, but before telling the DM.
Before the result is declared.
Okay, thank you. So, 2 shots of that Eldritch Blast, which I have to look up the damage on it.
Oh, that's why I was confused. I have Ronan's character sheet up here twice. I was like, why do I have an extra tab open?
So the first one is a 23.
Sure. That's gonna hit. Like,
Okay, and that's 9 points of force damage.
okay.
And second one is I'm not going to use the inspiration, and that is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Ooh.
That hits.
Chris, you
And
having
that
fun over
is
Hmm?
10
Yeah.
points of force
there? You
damage.
having fun over there?
I'm rolling. I was seeing.
I hear it. I was like, what is that sound? And I see you
Okay.
just looking down.
It's a two.
So yeah,
two-
I'm bursting out that static again to try to get its attention.
Okay. Okay. So you got all that screamy static.
Is this like Bilbo from the last
Dude,
Lord
that's
of the
what I
Rings?
just-
It's
Less
like,
less horrifying. Less horrifying.
more brave.
It's
little
dial-up
toaster.
sounds.
I think that's canon actually. I think we talked about that the first time you talked to Frank's head. That it is the dial-up noise.
Wait, did you say the last Lord of the Rings? Because that's in the
No, it's the
one.
first one. Yeah.
I was about to say.
Shut your dirty mouth. Speaking of dirty mouths, Lythar, you're up.
Oh, baby.
So you're 20 feet up in a tree.
I gotta make my way downtown.
Walking fast.
Demonetized.
Oh my god. What the...
You should swing through the trees.
Yeah, can I do that? Can I jump from branch to branch?
All nimbly bimbly like.
All nimbly,
Oh,
leaping
oh.
from tree to tree, all nimbly
Oh.
bimbly. So I will allow you to nimble your bimble.
I love the sound.
However, I'll need acrobatics checks. Yep. To
Well,
so if
okay, yeah, that makes sense. But the other one thing I want to ask is, would it take movement speed or my movement number to go down the tree and then run?
if you climb down the tree, yes. If you jumped, I would need an acrobatics to stick the landing. So that would be like athletics and acrobatics to see how far you jump and if you stick it. But that can save you some movement. If you gave me acrobatics to jump, like to move among the trees, you can basically maintain your height advantage for your movement. And I would need a roll for every 10 feet you cover.
I want the style points, but I ain't going for that shit. I'm gonna jump down to the ground.
You have a +5 on acrobatics, jumping from tree to tree.
Oh, really? Is it not? All right.
Yeah, no, you're not proficient in it for some weird reason.
Lythar falls.
Lythar dies.
You're only 20 feet up. That's only 2d6.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
his whole health bar.
We'll go, pretty much.
It's
We'll
a
go-
third of it.
We'll go for the style. We're gonna go through the trees. I'm gonna nimble my bimble, as you said.
And that is what I'm pulling from this episode as our
As our
as
opener.
our opener. I'm gonna nibble my bimble. 5% chance it just makes sense.
All right,
46
that's a
minutes.
17
Okay.
plus 5, so that's definitely a success.
22?
Probably.
Okay.
Math.
Give me your next one. Are you dashing or are you just moving? Are you moving all 60 or are you only moving 30?
I have 60.
If
If
you
you dash.
use your 35. So you would have 70 if you use your action to keep moving.
How far away is this? I'm the
100
farthest.
feet.
You can still
So
just shoot it.
that's 60. So your 35 gets you to the edge of the broken down trees.
Would that be a clear shot?
Yeah, that would be a clear shot.
We'll just do that.
You're 20 feet up. Okay.
And I'm also gonna have Cora following me, but on the ground.
Along the ground. Okay.
Yeah.
So you did one check.
sorry.
I need 2 more.
The second one was a 17.
Okay. And what's your third?
That's a 19 plus 5, so that's good.
You're golden. So you nimble your bimble with the best
Oh.
of them, and you get up to the edge of the tree line, and you can see this bird kind of get it. Like it's kind of regained its feet, and it's looking around. It's trying to pull these barbed, and as you've got a very clear line on it now. It looks like your vines that you've used before, but they just look like they're made of steel. They just look like enormous metal barbs are digging into this thing.
Is that because it's level 2? Is that, or is it because the thing itself is metal?
You've tried using this. You've done this before. You've never seen them turn to metal like this before.
Sweet. Okay, so now I moved 35 feet.
Correct.
So I am how far away from it?
You are
Less than 100.
less than 100. Yeah, you're within bow range.
Well, I know that. I'm more curious about if it's below 90.
It's below 90.
Yes.
Can I? Okay, so I did a movement. So I could still cast Hunter's Mark and take a shot, correct?
Correct, because that is your bonus action.
Yes. So I'm going to I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark at a level 1 spell slot because it's no different between 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which
Adds
what does this do again?
Adds a d6 and gives you
damage.
advantage on perception and survival checks to track.
Sweet. Well,
He's learned from the bugbear.
look, I'm using my spells, people.
Good
to be
job.
fair, you were also misled as to don't take these spells; they're garbage. Which you
Yeah.
then corrected.
Yes, that's very true. All right, now I'm gonna take a shot again. Oh boy. And that is where is it? Oh my god. A plus 11, so that is a 16.
God, I hate that that's your bonus. So you get your shot and it pings wide, or it digs in and you see it carom off of. It looks like it caught a thick patch of feathers and just like deflected into the ground.
Okay. Cool.
Do you want to shoot again?
I can do that?
You have 2 attacks.
Oh, I keep forgetting moving isn't like a
Moving
thing.
is
Yeah,
attack.
I'm gonna shoot
What are you, a
Okay.
monk?
again. Thank you, Mr. DM, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That is
That's your 1. I'm not reminding you again.
that's a 19.
That one hits.
Yeah, it does. All right. Where'd it go? D8. This is it, right? Nope, that's not it.
Josh is gonna be mad when he finds out he missed the chance to punch a bird in the face.
That is
got the
a
Modelo Byron.
9 damage.
That's 9.
And then
okay.
I also roll a D6 because of Hunter's Mark, right?
Very good.
And that's a 3. So that's
12.
12. I got
Okay.
if we kill this thing, I got some ideas. Let me just say.
Okay. So yeah, your second shot, you watch the first shot kind of ping off, and you don't take your hand and your eye off it. You just reach back and fire again. And this shot ends up like foot to the left, just boonk, sinks right in.
Hmm.
So its turn.
Okay.
It is now up. It is now upright, and it is turned, and its head turns and is following the Robbie's dial-up pings coming from behind everyone.
Must connect to internet. Must download more RAM.
It's attempting to find its own IP address. And it turns and starts walking towards all of you. Walking is a very delicate term for what this thing is doing. It's basically hopping. And it takes this just a huge leap and lands it just like this one big hop. It just covers these 20 feet and it kind of crouches down and is looking, and it's looking directly at those of you in the rough terrain, because it's just spotting all of you, and it sees all your shining weapons. And it kind of rears back and lets out this, it's that same hawk screech, but just this time it sounds more like grinding gears and like machinery banging together. And it just happens to sound like a hawk when it all happens. It's just like it's that red-tailed hawk scream, just auto-tuned aggressively. And it's going to hop a little further. And who's at the edge of the clearing?
Isn't it Ronan and Mori?
Yes, it is.
How far did I get into the forest? How far did I get into the forest?
You are... Your speed was what, 30?
30.
You've got about 20 feet of forest before the 25 feet of rough terrain, where it is now, like, it hops forward to get into that rough terrain. So you've got...
So I'm out the clearing.
You've got like 45. You're out of the clearing. You're at about 45 feet from it.
Brandon, did you really?
Okay, cool. That's even better.
Would you like to do something?
No, not yet.
Okay. So
that's terrifying.
yeah, picture that.
That's
Just up to like not to 11, but to about a
Chris, I
7.
posted it in the Discord.
It's large and angry, and it's going to just like reach, and it's gonna bite down at you, Ronan, specifically, because you're the big dude.
Okay.
Maury,
it doesn't even see him. I'm
do
just
you?
kidding.
You can use this will be using your reaction to make a dex save to jump out of the way.
Oh no! Don't let it pick
Oh,
you
God.
up. Oh no!
Or you can attempt to just like kind of sit on Ronan's shoulder and kind of ride it out with him.
Well, Frank is around too, right?
Frank's a little further back.
Dang.
Frank's about 15 feet away from.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna use a deck save.
Okay. To jump off of the jump off this thing.
Chris,
Yeah,
Go.
Ronan's afraid of big birds.
I am afraid of big birds.
Uh-huh.
Did you just remember this?
How does Ronan feel about these big birds?
Ronan doesn't like the big birds.
You're
I got
scared
a
of big
3
birds?
on my deck save total.
Oh,
I rolled a 2.
deeps.
The bird bites Deeps and not Ronan.
So
Some holes.
you go to like jump off, but you scramble a little bit, and you don't actually jump off his shoulder. You just kind of like kick his shirt up into his neck. His vest is now this way. Ronan, what's your AC?
16.
All right. What did I get? So it reaches down to bite at you, and one of the vines like is across its throat, and it hasn't been a problem yet, and it comes down, and you watch this barb, and up close this barb is about a foot long, and about 2 feet wide. It is a huge steel thorn, and you just see it catching this thing's throat, and it pulls its neck back, and the beak just crunches through an oak tree that's probably 3 feet across directly in front of you, and just crashes through it. In the horrifying way that it sounds like every single bar fight you've ever been in all at once. And there's just splinters and flinders everywhere.
Okay.
Flinders.
Wait, is it in your character sheet that you were scared of big birds?
No,
is
it was
this-
just something that I didn't say that I was scared of them in episode 1. I said that I didn't like how the big birds were looking at me, so I just stayed in the room.
Right. Okay.
So I'm not
That would've
like.
hilarious.
So how does Ronan feel about this particular big bird?
Ronan does not like this big bird.
How
Ronan is-
define?
Ronan is reconsidering whether we should be fighting this big bird.
Okay, I was waiting for him to reconsider his adventuring lifestyle.
Should have stayed in the hole.
And so it kind of, once it makes that first peck, it kind of pulls itself back and turns on its left foot and reaches out with these huge talons.
Oh no!
Each one of these
I
is
thought
about
I was safe.
each one of these toes was about the size of the tree it just broke. And
Jesus.
it reaches out and goes to grab.
Can I use my reaction to rage?
No, sir. That is a bonus action.
Oh no!
That's an 18.
That'll hit.
All right.
I will cutting words that.
Goodbye, Ronan.
What is cutting
Goodbye.
words again?
Cutting words. As a reaction, a creature you see within 60 feet makes an attack roll. You can expend 1 bardic inspiration, roll the die, subtract the number from the creature's roll. It says you can do so after the roll, but before knowing the result, unfortunately.
Next time, Gadget.
Ah!
No, I'm the one who rolls all the dice. Calm down.
Oh no!
It's through everything.
Hopefully they're all like D3s.
It's a D1. It's the DM does what he wants. So you take 14, and you are grappled.
Does that mean I can't do stuff or I can't get away from
your
it?
Your speed becomes 0. You cannot gain a bonus. You are incapacitated, which means you cannot take actions or reactions. Until its grapple ends, the target is restrained, and the talons cannot use it. So it's got you in its 1 foot,
Okay.
and so you can on your turn attempt to break out.
Okay.
Am I also stuck in his foot?
You are attached to Ronan currently. You can, so as it's holding on to him, on your turn, because you did super poorly on the dex save to jump off.
Yeah.
On your turn, you have the option of should I stay or should I go now? If I go, there will be trouble, and if I stay, it will be double.
Oh boy.
But it's got Ronan in its fucking grasp. And Maury, you're up.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna run away.
Perfect.
Run away!
Oh no.
Do I have to do another deck save?
You're not doing it. You're not doing it to avoid an attack. There will be depending on how far away you get, there will be an attack of opportunity. If you jump down in the next square, sure, or you use your action to disengage to not incur an opportunity attack.
Okay, yeah, I'll disengage. That's the
Okay.
plan.
You hop down and kind of back the fuck up. How far back are you gonna get? Because you guys are still in the rough terrain, so all of your movement is basically cut in half.
So yeah, I'm gonna try my hardest to get out of the rough terrain, I guess.
Okay. Your speed is 25.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would make it 15 feet through the rough terrain. So you have about 10 feet left. before you get back into the clearing.
Okay.
What would you like Frank to do?
I'm gonna have Frank try and get up to the bird.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
fine.
Frank can make that with the rest of his movement because he's got fucking 40 speed.
And then I guess I can I use Force of Wild Rend? I always forget how this works.
So, because you haven't used your bonus action, you can tell Frank to attack it. You can also have Frank help. Dash, disengage, help, hide, or search. So Frank can attack, or you can have Frank help Ronan out of his current predicament and give Ronan advantage.
Yeah, I'll have Frank help him try and rip him out of his talons, I guess.
Okay. So you see Frank spear, tower shield, clank, 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 kind of just run over and like grab onto one of the talons and kind of start pulling. And because he's made of metal, it doesn't cut his hands, which is nice. Isn't that lovely?
That's perfect.
Do Thrall. What's up? What do you do, boy?
Russell.
Well, how far away am I now? Did it move at all?
It is moved right up to the edge of the clearing, and you've watched it grab Ronan. You can get there in. You'd use.
Was I ahead of Ronan, or did Ronan move further? than I did?
Ronan fucking hauled ass past you. He's a big enough dude that it's easy for him to haul ass through rough terrain. He also just has higher movement for some fucking reason. Damn barbarians. So he's up in the clearing. You've got. It would take 20 feet of movement to get up to him.
He's still on the ground.
He's in this thing's hand. Like it has grabbed him.
His crab claw, if you will.
In its crab claw, yes. It's crab rave.
I guess I'm gonna move up to where I guess it's Ronan's being grabbed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit it where it's attacked, where it's grabbed him at. Try to knock him free.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
$13.
13. So you pull out your. What are you using? Your katana?
Yeah.
So yeah, you run up, unsheath your katana, kind of whip it over your head and bring it down in this cross cut. And it hits the foot, it hits one of the talons and just scrapes along, and you just hear this metal scraping against metal. And it just sing, just comes right off. Nothing significant appears to have been done.
I can extra attack, right?
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Show me their second swing.
That is a 17.
That will hit. So roll that sweet damage for me.
That is a 11.
11? Sweet. All right, so this is what you bring it back around for another swing, and you land this cut on the exact same spot that you just hit. And this time you see it bite and cut, and this time, and those of you still standing next to it, which is Ronan, Frank, and Thrall, I guess, you guys actually see blood coming out. So blood starts gushing from this cut, and it looks like just regular red blood. So that was Thrall. Hey, Ronan, you're up.
Okay. Can I use a bonus action?
Sure. You haven't used one yet.
I would like to rage.
Excellent. I was wondering when that would happen. Roll that d8 for me and let's see what happens.
Ooh, I don't think I've rolled a 7 before. Shadows weave around your weapon of your choice. Wait, weapon of your choice you are holding. Okay. Until your rage ends, your weapon deals psychic damage instead of its bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing, and gains the light and thrown properties with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. If you drop the weapon or throw it, the weapon dissipates and reappears in your hand at the end of your turn. So now I have a boomerang hook sword.
Are you putting it on the hook blade?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the hook blade.
We're going to listen to the train for a second. Anyway, so those of you standing around Ronan and those of you further away from Ronan, at this point you know the scream that he makes when he goes into a rage. When he uncorks it and just goes. Those of you standing next to him, so Thrall and Frank, see that the hook blade that he's got in his hand suddenly it doesn't look real. It looks like it's made of like he just picked up like a shaft of shadow from under a tree and is holding it in his hand. Everything else looks normal. It's just this sword just looks like it eats light.
Alright.
So now you're raging.
Now I'm raging. Got tech that off the list. And I will now break the grapple.
Okay, give me a strength check.
That is just my strength modifier.
It is a
Just plus 5.
And he gets advantage too because Frank's helping him.
Yes. I think you also get advantage on those because you're raging.
I do.
Double advantage.
I've thought about double advantage I've thought about adding that and I'm still torn on it.
You just roll 3 times then?
Yeah.
I've seen double disadvantage before.
Yeah, I'm trying not to.
Well,
thought about
if it's plus 5, I rolled a 16. If it's just my strength modifier.
It is. Is that with advantage?
Yes.
Okay. You kind of pull in and start to try and flex your way out. This thing has you in a fucking death grip.
What?
You had a 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Nah, bro.
Nah, bro.
It's fucking got you. This thing, it's not that you didn't do well, it's that this thing doesn't. It's a sense of scale.
The chicken has large talons.
You're a strong dude. You can't lift a
as
house.
I am counted as one size larger when determining how much weight I can carry, lift, or push.
That's cool. This thing is.
He's basically
This
saying
thing is
that's cool,
huge.
get fucked.
You are large.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, 16 is not gonna cut it.
That was funny. That's cool.
Fucking,
Still
that's
don't
fucking
break out.
neato. So that is.
Goodbye, Ronan. It was nice
Bye.
knowing you.
That's Ronan. Thalia, what's up?
Am I within 60 feet?
You're right at the edge of the range. Yes, if you're right up at the edge of if you moved up to the edge of the rough terrain,
Okay.
you are at 25 feet.
I will do that. And okay. I know this thing is like massive. Could I use a spell that has a 10-foot radius and not hit Ronan?
Which spell?
Shatter.
If you picked the point towards the back of the bird or towards the head, you'd
Yeah.
have to aim a little bit. You could shatter this bird.
I am aiming for the face.
Perfect. I'm going to shatter this bird's face off.
And you know what? Let's use it at 3rd level.
Yeah.
You have 3rd level? What?
Fuck-
Yeah, I have a
Fuck
lot
me
of 3rd
up,
levels.
fam. Let's go.
Uh,
Casters at level 6. There is nothing like it.
Alright.
Show me the money. Is that 30? Yeah, it is.
A creature made of inorganic, such as stone, crystal, or metal, has disadvantage on the saving throw.
So disadvantage because
What if you just shatter like part of its beak and then make it more jagged and more awful?
we'll see how it does. What's the
give
DC?
just
What
give
is
it
the
teeth.
15.
15 on the save?
It's Constitution? Yeah.
Where's my stat list? Cool. So, Thalia, what is the noise of? Does your shatter have a noise, or is it just a lot of noise? Is it just like?
Let's go with broken mirrors. Like you're in a house of mirrors and it's all just shattering.
Okay, so there's this tremendous crashing sound of broken glass, and at the same instant, there's a flash of lightning and a boom of thunder. That you get this thunderous rumbling shatter, like this rumbling tinkling noise centered right on this thing's face. What's the damage?
Oh, that's real good.
120.
21.
Hey, it was close. I was one away.
3d8.
It's 48.
Yes. Okay. So 21.
If it succeeded, it takes half.
It didn't. So this thing gets hammered with sound, and you see it kind of shaking its head, and bits of beak on the top of the beak, pieces of it are actually starting to flake away, and feathers are starting to be blown off of this thing. And as you can see it kind of shaking its head, you are seeing sprays of blood coming off with these pieces of metal. And you're actually right around the eyes. You're seeing it looks like normal flesh around the eyes. Is there anything else
really
you'd like?
just murdering a bird.
It's not fully infected.
This bird tried to murder us first. Just saying.
No, it didn't even touch us yet. All it did was fly low.
We're doing this for the bugbear.
He said he's never seen it before.
Thalia, anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Keelik is up. And Keelik,
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
his chanting gets louder and faster as he starts to run through all of these trees and everything. And he runs up, and as he's running, he looks over and sees Thrall, Frank, and Ronan, and he runs right past you, Maury. He looks at all of you, and he looks right in Ronan's eyes, and just
Stabs me.
Ronan, you see a smirk, and you see this jagged fang kind of peeking out as he gets the smirk, and he runs, and he plants the glaive, and vaults up towards this thing like a pole vaulter.
And he hits a tree and falls.
And he plants the glaive blade down on the ground and just swings up, pulls the glaive with him, and lands standing on this thing's back. And he takes the glaive and he spins it around, just stabs straight down into this thing. Where's that? And as cool as it looked, you hear this shing, and the glaive just kind of kicks off to the side. Doesn't quite get through that coat.
That's
of,
what you get. That's what you get,
shiny fucking
bugbear.
feathers. His second attack crits.
Yeah.
Ronan's pissed.
Ronan can't see because Ronan's currently being constricted.
Okay, Chris is pissed.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that. He needs 4d10. Damn. Bugbears do good things when you give them good things. No, no, no. Hold it up.
Tell me those were like all 10s.
They were all ones.
So
With
we
a
rolled
0?
2 10s, a 5 and a 6.
Ooh! 31.
This bugbear is fucking silly.
Good thing
So-
we kept them.
So you hear the scrape and you hear Ronan be like, "Oh, fuck you, buddy," and you just hear grumbling and goblin, and the song picks up again, and you just like, wham, and it's like planting the flag on the fucking moon, and you just stabs it in there and gives it a twist, and this bird screeches again, and through like this mangled beak and face, and the screech is starting to warble a little more. And is there anything else he's going to do? No, he's good. So, Telik, Robbie, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, let me first state how happy I am that he didn't get the kill, because that would have pissed me off. So you said I'm about 45 feet away from everything that's going on?
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna move forward 15, so I'm within 30 feet of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to ride on the zip line.
I'm going to increase the frequency coming out of me.
Okay.
And then out of my arm cannon, welcome to me getting a level up and an extra spell, a different type of bolt will come out, and
Okay.
I'm going to be casting Witch's Bolt at it.
Ooh.
Oh, wait. Before I do that, bonus action, I'm going to throw my Hexblade's Curse on it,
Okay.
because it says all attacks are 19 or 20 or crits.
What?
Okay.
Oh.
But Hex does.
Every
Plus 3
time I think-
bonus to damage score crit on a 19/20. Okay, neat.
Yep, so here is my Witch's Bolt, which is a 19.
Yeah.
That's on the die.
19 on the die. Great.
19 on the die, or plus 8, but 19's a crit.
19's a crit, so
that's
we'll take that.
6d12 lightning damage.
What?
Okay.
Excuse me?
it's 3d12.
Because I have to cast at max level.
Yeah.
It's a 3rd level spell, and it just crit.
Oh, that's so good.
I just
So-
pew pew.
Forming a
It's time to
sustained.
ride on a zip line.
Okay.
Or a zap line, I should say.
Okay.
So the first 3 are a 10, a 3, and a 1, so that's 14.
Okay.
Plus 5, 4, and an 11. So
15.
what was that?
5, 4, and an 11.
That's 20 plus what was my first number?
I can't.
13.
13.
21.
33.
Plus my proficiency bonus plus 3. Lightning damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
So this thing is going to come out of my arm and hit it. And the electricity, I want it to spark across all of the metal bits that are showing of it and just kind of shock it to death in that way while it's arcing across all its metal.
Okay. Hey Ronan.
Ronan dies.
No, give me Ronan, give me a lightning. Yeah, that's not. Ronan, give me a con save.
Is this an appropriate GIF?
That is a 14.
It's a hilarious gif. It's not going in the final cut. Because our good buddy Keelik is also having to make a save. Cool. What's your spell save DC, Robbie?
My spell save DC is 16.
Okay. So Ronan and Keelik also take 30. What was it? 30? Because it was 33 plus your dex, or plus your.
Proficiency
36.
plus 3.
Oh, I get a +1 to saving throws because of the ring, so it was a 15.
Still doesn't work. So what was the
36
total?
points of lightning damage.
36.
Yeah. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
It was a 20 plus, plus a 13.
20 plus 13 plus proficiency. Plus your.
Yeah.
Or does that include your 3 from Hexblade Curse? Or no, they're not
Yeah,
cursed.
because that's the proficiency. They're
Gotcha.
not cursed, but
Gotcha. But
It is,
so Ronan and Keelik, Frank's able to let go. Like give Frank a deck save, please.
sorry.
Sun's out, guns out.
This doesn't hit me, right?
Jeeves, I think you're muted.
It was a 20, a nat 20.
Oh, that's a crit. Fuck, you're fine.
Frank lives.
Frank is like, oh fuck, no, thank you.
Frank's
Let's
been there
go with the
before.
Talon.
Is this only
Psych.
hitting people that are being touched by it?
Correct. Because so Keelik literally turned himself into a lightning rod with the glaive into the spine of this thing, and
Oh,
Ronan is currently being given a hug and a kiss.
I'm still
by the
nibbling my
talons.
bimble, so
Your nimble is bimbled outside of weapons range.
So I took 36 damage.
36 lightning,
All
which
right.
you're not
No,
resistant.
you
I'm
you
not.
take 33 because
Oh.
you're not cursed.
What's
Well, fine.
Keelik's? Okay.
I
Yeah.
believe he has more than 30 hit points.
Yes, he does. I was just confirming.
Does
Um,
he
so-
still have
Kill
30
him.
hit points? You like destroy him.
So Keelik is like holding onto this lightning rod, and like this arcing lightning just bounces around everything, and this thing lets out this like convulsive, like it starts curling up on itself, and then just thuds to the ground, shaking the ground around you guys as it lands. And on its back, with the glaive still in it, Keelik is dangling from his hands. He's like right off the ground. His hands are locked around this glaive. He's just kind of hanging, unconscious, but like just sort of trying to shake off whatever the hell just happened to him. And Ronan, once the twitching subsides, you're able to push your way free of the these talons that you have that had held on to you for so lovingly.
We did.
I'm gonna run straight up to this thing and start trying to remove metal bits and really use my investigation to see if I can determine what was going on.
Okay.
question.
Yes.
Are there any feathers left, or are they like
There-
fried?
There is a lot of feathers on this thing.
Can I run up to it? Can I get up there?
You guys can move. We're out of combat.
Right.
So you guys are free to kind of do whatever.
Okay.
Robbie has covered the train. One moment.
I'm going to go over to Keelik.
I'm gonna go over to Ronan.
I'm going to start
Maury,
trying.
what would you and Frank like to do?
I guess I want to go compare the feathers.
Okay.
The feather I got.
So give me another investigation check at advantage because you know what you're looking for now. Robbie, give me investigation or arcana, whichever you prefer. Just trying to figure
Yeah,
out what
they're
the
both
hell's
the
going.
same. Does Bardic Inspiration work for skill checks?
Ability checks.
Ability
yes.
checks, yeah.
Okay, so
so
that's
Ronan's
a dirty 20,
dirty 20.
and I used the Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. So it looks like, and as you run up to it and you start kind of looking, you start to see, you're seeing things that are, the feathers have been fully metallicized. The parts of the body have been, like the feathers, the talons, the beak are entirely metal, except at the very top where the metal had been blown back. But all of the pieces around the mouth, all the damaged parts of this thing, all the combat portions of this animal have been turned into solid metal. The
Do
eyes. Sorry, real quick with the 20. Once you get past, probably you can see some of the cuts, and you can see as you circle around and come to where Keelik and Thrall are hanging out, you can see blood is coming out of this injury, and you can see that once you get past an inch or so into the body, it's still flesh, it's still meat inside.
Okay, and very specifically, can I find a specific wound where it seems like this would have started?
With that, did you do investigation?
Investigation.
Oh yeah, because they were the same.
Yeah.
You cannot find a wound where this would have begun.
Okay.
There is no particular marking. There are a lot of combat wounds on this thing, and a lot of a lot of superficial scrapes, but there's no wound.
Okay.
Real quick, Maury, what was your investigation?
16.
16. All of these feathers are way too big. This thing looks like it was
Innocent Rob.
Even the body feathers that are closer in size, they're the wrong shape. They're not a pin feather, they're not a wing feather. Those are all just downy body feathers, and the wing feathers on this thing, the one you found is 9 inches. These are looking like 2 to 5 feet, depending on where in the wing you see it, just because of the scope of this thing. So for those of you going to check out your compatriots, actually, Lythar, what are you up to?
Are these feathers removable? Could I don't have a complete idea, but I want to take feathers and possibly create something in the future. Am I able to do that?
Give me nature check. While you're giving me that nature check, we'll start with Thrall and Keelik. So Keelik is still currently hanging out like a kid on a jungle gym. His eyes are closed, but he's breathing okay. He's not a happy camper.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. I got an 18.
Okay. You're pretty sure you can figure out, because when you start playing with these feathers, they look like they can just be pulled like a normal feather. They're just big. However, there's finding the best ones in any particular category. Are you looking for tail feathers, wing feathers, head feathers, down? This bird, as you're looking around, this bird has down, shiny metallic down, which is very strange to hold and feel. It's like a tinsel that holds its shape.
I guess I'll take that. I don't know what I'm doing, but
the down.
That sounds pretty.
Did you have something in mind that you would want to?
I had something in mind that I was gonna discuss with you in private at a later time because I don't exactly know what I'm trying to do, but I know I could do something.
Message it to me while I'm working with everybody else.
Also, while I'm doing this, Lythar is going to look around and be like, "Did anybody see that shit? You guys realize I shot that thing out of the sky with one hit? Are we not going to talk about that?"
Cora's walking behind you, and she lets out almost a whine, but it's just oh god. If you've ever, it's hard to hear
from the rock.
You're super warbly, Mike.
Oh, sorry, my headset died. Give me a second.
Oh, you're good.
I blame Kendrick.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So I'll pop my head out from whatever rock guts I'm in and be like, I did see that. It was most impressive. And just go right back to work as slowly all the other three of me disappear after a minute.
Okay, so you've like cut this thing open and you're crawling around inside.
Yeah, I'm trying to find all the metallic bits.
Okay. We'll circle back to that.
Put a pin in that.
Just leave that alone. So Thrall, as you come around to Keelik, yeah, he's still like hanging out on this glaive. just like he's not unconscious, he's just got his head down and he's breathing hard. And as you come up, he's like, he opens up one golden eye and he looks at you and goes, "Did I get it?"
You got it.
Good. Whew. They'll sing songs about that one, I hope.
Yeah.
I hate to ask. And don't tell the big one. Can you help me down? I can't let go with my hands.
Yeah, I'll help him down.
Okay. Once he kind of gets down and he's kind of flexing his fingers from the electricity, locking his hands to the glaive. He like sits on the ground and he's like, whew. I made a good choice. Picking you.
And why is that?
I don't think I would have had as much fun if I'd sworn my life to anybody else.
Sworn your life?
You held my life in your hands and you let me go. I owe you my life. Do you not? Is this not a normal custom for you?
Not at all.
Well, now you know. My life is yours, effectively. If you wanted to kill me, I would not resist.
I'm not gonna kill you.
Well, I certainly hope not.
You helped us out back there. More than I did.
I would not have been able to do what I did if you hadn't trusted me with this. And he jumps up. He reaches. He tries to look really cool and nonchalant. And he's like reaches up to grab the glaive, but it's just out of reach. Kind of looks around real quick and jumps and grabs on and pulls it out. And he wipes the blood on the grass. And he goes to hand you back the glaive.
Yeah, I'll just tell him you keep it for now.
Takes it. Holds it. Does it have a name?
I never gave it one.
It's a pity. All good weapons have names. I'll have to come up with something. For such a...
Yeah, you use your imagination.
Oh, for a mighty deed like this? Taking down a bird the size of a village? This will earn its name.
The Rock.
Dwayne The Rock
A hunt for the Red October.
Anything else you want to say or do with Keelik?
We should probably collect ourselves and go see how everyone else is doing.
Circle back. Okay. So we'll jump to Thalia and Ronan on the other end of the bird, on the south end of the bird, where Ronan has just kind of, with Frank's help, pried himself out of this talon.
Are you okay?
Oh yes, I'm fine.
Are you
Not-
sure?
Not a scratch.
You don't. You
He's-
look like you have a couple of scratches.
Please
He's
tell
still
me his
kind of
hair is
smoking.
like-
He's
Does-
bald.
I'm
Does he
bald.
have hair
Oh, he's
and is it
bald.
still standing
However-
on end? Oh.
However, like his body hair is standing on end, and he is still kind of smoking
Do you have a
a little
beard?
bit.
I don't think I have a beard.
Oh,
Do you want-
I have
Barbarian
a
with no
reference
beard.
photo. I can post that one.
Yeah, you could.
You
Hair, bald.
I don't.
No, it
Yeah, I don't
doesn't
think you
say
have a
anything
beard.
about being beard.
Oh.
About being
What's
beard.
what did
Being
you
a
do?
beard.
being a beard? Yeah, so you're still kind of smoking as you like stumble out of this hook, out of this claw hand.
Do you want some healing?
Some healing might be good.
All right. Come here. Oh no, that's only 5 points of healing.
Well, thank you. That's more than I had before.
If only I picked Goodberry.
What a super helpful friend.
Just
the
to be
magical
clear-
equivalent of a pat on the shoulder.
Just to be clear, that 5 hit points is more than the total amount of hit points I had.
Oh,
What did that
how-
lightning put you to?
If it was with curse damage, it was a 1. Without the curse damage, I got down to a 4.
Oh,
do you want? I think.
dude,
wait.
look like-
Why'd you have such little health?
Because
Do
it
I need to
attacked
pop
me
my head out of
before
the-
I was raging.
Yeah, if you want to pop your head out for some witty commentary for Robbie.
So my head comes out of the bird. I do believe a short rest may be recommended, and then right back into it.
all up in its guts.
Oh. Before we short rest, can I do some shit?
Yeah, Robbie is currently in the thick of it.
I'm doing some-
Because I do want to have a conversation with Thrall before we have a short rest.
Okay.
Oh,
Give
bloody
me another investigation check while you're in there, Mr. Robbie.
Hopping on my back so we can be
23.
predator.
23. Sweet. So does anybody want to have any conversations or scenes before I
wanna-
feel like most of you have kind of clustered together
I want to do some
where
shit.
Robbie is rummaging. Lythar, you're pulling tail and wing feathers and
yes, that's what you said, right?
Yep.
Yep, tail and wing feathers.
Okay.
I'm also, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna poke my head up. If I'm on the other side of the bird, I don't really know positioning, but I'm gonna actually look at Keelik,
Keelik.
and I'm gonna thank him for his fighting because he was petrified at first, and he didn't run away this time.
He's got his glaive. He doesn't have his glaive on his back. He's carrying it sort of at like port arms. And he looks at you and he goes, "Well, you didn't do too bad yourself. And you know, who am I to run away from a good fight?"
I'm just gonna go and keep going.
A good fight. Didn't say a fun one. This one was both.
Oh,
So-
last question: is this bird meat edible? Not for me, for Cora. Even though she didn't do
I
shit.
wouldn't. The thing's turning into metal. Why would you?
Oh,
do
you're
So-
right.
so
You're
real
right.
quick,
That's a good idea.
Now it seems like Robbie, as you're rummaging around inside this thing, and I'm assuming you're wearing the duster and the hat still.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, God, your dry cleaning bill must be fucking insane. So Robbie is like, literally, like you see his calves and his feet on the ground as he's like inside. He's gone like under the bird. He's inside this rock from the underside. Split it open with his hex blade and just dove right in. And as he's kind of rummaging around, while you're in there, Robbie, you get to the stomach and the gizzard, and you kind of follow along the digestive system, and you get through the gizzard. And inside the gizzard, there's rocks. There's a couple of what look like helmets from some poor sack of shit who just happened to be in the wrong place and got eaten by the rock. You also find trapped in the gizzard, sort of in the process of breaking down, of being mashed together by all of these pieces of metal and stone. You find smaller metal closet beaks. You see one fairly large beak,
Knew it.
and a bunch of claws, and what looks like some half melted and mashed. Could be feathers, could be feet. Like there's definitely more metal in this bird system than there probably should have been.
Yep, that I'll throw. Basically, I figure every bit of metal that I'm finding here, I'm just kind of like tossing out of the bird and placing behind me.
Okay. It's like he's digging through a trash pile and just hurling hunks of metal out. And as he are you gonna just throw out the beacon claws, or are you gonna carry those out?
I will pop my head out with them and go, do these look familiar to anybody? Place them down on the ground and go right back in.
Okay.
Can I make an insight check to see if they look familiar?
That would be
Or perception?
that would be nature
Nature?
specifically, because this is relating to an animal. Maury, if you would like to assist.
Sure.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for that assist, because I need that.
I've never seen these birds before, though, so I don't know.
But if it's hippogriff parts,
True.
That's a 10.
So that's with your plus?
They were both bad rolls.
Ugh.
They were both bad.
Yeah, they look to be the same. Like they look like large bird parts, but Maury, when you bring over the feather and you kind of compare the two, they look to be made out of the same material, and in fact, the same material as all the pieces that Robbie is pulling out.
I'm going to
So
look
these-
at... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So these are probably our two bird friends that we were looking for. That would make sense.
I'm gonna look at Ronan, and I'm gonna hold up one of the beaks. Ronan, do you not like this? Do you not like this?
do I
Bird
not
part.
like that?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
It's up to you. You're the one who's afraid of giant birds.
I'm not afraid of giant birds.
There was
They
no
were
specific
looking at me
birds.
funny.
Okay.
Alright.
I don't know.
So
it's
is this-
not looking at me in a threatening way.
It doesn't have eyes.
So I'm gonna go with a no. Solid
Oh, I
maybe.
tried. I tried.
Solid.
I have a good feeling this is probably the birds we were looking for.
Is there one beak or two beaks?
So far, one beak, like there's one, because basically they kind of break up. All the flesh has been broken down.
Mm-hmm.
But there are two that fit together, that close together nicely,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of them all look like talon. You haven't, Robbie has not found in his course of the entire rock's digestive system, which he's like 3/4 of the way through by now, has not found another beak.
So
Or
it's
another
possible
match set.
that this rock. Do we know it's a rock? This big bird.
I
I
think
think Thalia
was rock.
screamed it during the fight at some point.
Probably.
Okay. So
Oh
this,
shit, a rock!
this rock could only have eaten one of the two hippogriffs, so we could still have a metal hippogriff out there. Also, while this is all happening, can I harvest some shenanigans?
What are you looking to harvest?
I want its talons, and I want as many feathers as I can carry.
Okay. Give me a nature check to do the talons.
I do have leatherworker's tools and smith's tools, if those help me at all.
Add your proficiency bonus to the check. If you don't already. Well, yeah. Give me so the smith's tools, because these are entirely metal. You can add your proficiency bonus to remove them, to like
Okay.
to work the metal.
This is a nature.
Nature check.
Okay, that is a 17.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get You're able to get all the talons.
How
The
many
feathers are
talons is that? Are they zygodactyl, or do they only have 3?
they are zygodactyl. They have a thumb.
Okay.
So they have
I
you have
didn't even
3
know
to
what
thumb.
that meant.
So I have 8.
You have 8 talons. And as you're collecting, you and Lythar start collecting feathers kind of at the same time.
Hmm.
Lythar is going for pin and tail feathers, wing and tail feathers. Are you also going for that, or are you just getting whatever you can?
I want to see if I can make armor out of feathers. Pin them all together.
Can I make wings? Can I make everybody wings?
Run and glide. No fall
give me-
damage for Ronan.
Give me another nature check to go grab feathers.
And Lami gets none of this.
That is a 22. I rolled
Okay.
a
It would have been
19.
back at Long Pike.
Hmm?
Lami be drinking some beer right now. Now that we're done.
Lami's still in the closet. And you guys don't know what he's up to in the closet. Frankly, I don't know what he's up to in the closet.
We'll find out next week.
Endless
Hopefully, if he's feeling
need.
better. So between Lythar and Ronan, you guys get most of the big feathers. Where are you all storing these? Because you can gather all these feathers. Storing them without damaging them is going to be trickier.
Oh, are they not like hard boys?
They're hard metal, but like they're gonna bend, and once they bend, they're gonna go back into shape
Oh.
quite super well.
So they wouldn't do what I wanted them to do in the first place.
Cloak, probably. If
An armored cloak.
I like Maury's wing idea. You could definitely grab pin and wing and tail feathers and make wings.
Frank gets wings.
No.
I mean,
Sorry.
I have a backpack, but it's probably full of all this stuff.
the shit that you need to survive. I would say you get
If only we had
Probably
a bag of holding.
15 pounds of
Each or joint?
each. So each of you get about 15 pounds, which is not quite as many as you would like because they are made out of metal, even though they are very light metal. So Lythar, you get enough to make a cloak.
Yes.
That is going to take a lot of time to make safely without damaging them. However, you can also, work with Ed, and he'll be sure to help you out.
What color are they, by the way? Are they metal color?
They, up close, they're metal, but they have striations and texture that, from a distance, they look like they have sort of a brownish coloring to them from a distance. But they gleam a little more than they would.
And is either halves of the beak, are they metal and are they one piece?
The top beak has been shattered, and most of the metal has been peeled away, like
What about
right up near the top
bottom
of the
beak?
The bottom beak. Give me another nature check with those smith's tools.
What are you gonna make like a?
I want to make Lami a shield because it would be hilarious.
Out of the beak.
Yeah. Ooh, another 19, so 22.
That once you start kind of manipulating it, it's going to take both hands. You can probably chisel this thing out, like rip it free from the rest of the body because it is metal merged with meat.
I
The
rip it free.
problem. Give me a strength check.
Well, now there's a problem. Ooh, that is a...
Are you
it's
still
a
raging?
15. Can I still be raging?
It's been more than a minute,
Yeah, probably.
so no. So
Okay.
15.
15.
You're able to rip it free, and you kind of plant your foot. And just there's this horrific wet crunching sound as you pull this bottom jaw off of this bird. And it's an entire metal piece. And once you get it free of this bird, it's fucking heavy. This will take 2 hands to carry,
Okay,
even for you.
I'm game.
Okay. You picked up this enormous fucking beak.
So is the
So-
beak solid metal?
The bottom beak is
Okay.
solid metal.
Can I grab like 6 smaller feathers?
You can also grab about 15 pounds of feathers, which would be more than enough to make wings for you or Frank.
Might
So
be a
now that
possibility.
now that everyone has taken their time harvesting, what are because everybody's harvesting except Thalia and Thrall. Keelik went and grabbed he grabbed a single really long probably foot long wing feather off of the ground and is working on attaching it to the end of his glaive.
Hey.
And is
Nice.
just
Cool.
attaching it with what looks like a piece of the vine that was the metal vine that was wrapped around it. Thalia and Thrall, what are you guys doing as everyone's harvesting this bird?
Hey man, that's what you gotta do.
Like it's fucking
Gotta-
Thanksgiving.
Gotta get a trophy.
I'm just watching.
You're just
I
hanging out.
guess I'm gonna check out a spot that we could short rest and like sit down and I don't know, make it a little clearing for people to take a short rest.
Robbie, how long are you going to be in there? How long are you going to be in that bird?
Just till I finish harvesting metal parts.
Okay, so it's gonna be a minute because as you dig around inside, you're seeing. Once you get about halfway down the tract, you stop finding metal pieces inside the bird. But up, it's like you're halfway through the stomach, and you're like it's
So-
segmented out. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go that I am gathering from this that it started to spread from the gizzard.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You would
That's-
from your
that's really
investigation. There's no sign of infection past the gizzard really, but it's spread to the outside of the body and to the
Okay.
claws and to the
That's-
beak specific.
That's really all I was trying to break down from it.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I wanted to have a conversation with Thrall before we actually rested.
Okay. So yeah, as once Keelik kind of ties the thing off, he goes, "I will gather some firewood. I will return." And tucks his glaive under his arm and walks and starts picking up logs and branches and kind of starts building a spot to take a brief rest. As everyone finishes their harvesting, and Robbie, once you're done, you pop out of the incision that you made.
The burb.
You guys are upwind of the bird. Basically using you're on the north side of the bird, the top half, using the bird itself as a windbreak. And Keelik has gathered some firewood and kind of started a fire, just a small one. And you guys kind of mosey over and kind of gather around, and Robbie pops out and circles around the bird and joins you guys.
Was anybody-
So, go ahead.
Was anybody gonna heal up? Just
Are we
I can do a
short
song of rest.
I didn't take damage.
I would love to short rest.
All right, I'll do a song of rest, and I literally just found this, so there you go.
Perfect.
I'm not gonna click on it.
I'll need to remember that these are in a new chat then when I go to edit this, but that's fine.
They're still in my playlist. I don't
Perfect.
still have that, but that's an extra 5 points of healing to you
Hey.
For everyone.
or to anyone who's healing up.
Keelik is going to burn that as well, but Thrall or Robbie, if you want to have that chit chat with Thrall.
Just real quick, Thrall, were you using the obsidian sword in this one?
Which one?
The obsidian
Katana.
sword that you got, the katana.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, cool. If I remember correctly, everybody got bad vibes from that. So I'm gonna come up to you after we're all sitting down and everything. I noticed that you were using that sword. Would you try throwing it on the ground?
Sure. I guess I'll unsheath it and try. Just, do you want me to throw it or just drop it?
Please try tossing it on the ground.
All right, I'll just toss it to the left.
Okay. It lands about probably 10 feet away and just lays there.
I nod and I'm sorry. Everybody did not like the look of that sword. I assumed that there was a curse. And I'll just go and sit back down.
I'll walk over and pick it up. Resheath it.
Okay. And so, as you guys sit around the small campfire that Keelik has made, next to the body of this adolescent rock that you just brought down from the sky, the storm continues to roll in behind you. And it's staying centered on Long Pike, but the edges of the storm are starting to reach out, and there's this low, constant rumble of thunder in the distance, almost like this train.
It goes choo choo.
This long, low, distant rumble of thunder in the distance, with a couple of flashes of lightning over the town. And that's where we will stop.
Hey.
We did it!
Thank you all for playing.
We didn't
It
die!
was an exceptional combat. Well done, everybody, for,
Holy
for
crow.
keeping up
Kendrick.
and keeping shit moving. Kendrick, well fucking done.
Oh
Boom!
my god.
MVP.
So the next time,
Oh,
Josh,
that made me so happy.
the next
Oh.
time Josh bitches about your strike,
Deeps.
you now have a fucking one up on it. Not even that, you have crowd control.
Yeah.
You didn't even need the dog, and you had crowd control.
Yeah, she didn't do shit today. Well, she snipped, but we
Yeah,
didn't
she-
find
Question-
what we were looking for.
She was a good girl.
She was a
You
good.
said that was an adolescent rock?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Oh.
It's a rock. Excellent. Excellent DP. But
Do
yeah,
people get cell slots back during a short rest?
nope.
No.
Oh.
What
I
do we-
do.
I
Warlocks
get
do.
Bardic Inspirations back.
Warlocks get spell slots because warlocks are regular casters.
I'm gonna try something.
Oh,
I would like to walk up to Thalia. Where's the button?
oh boy.
Is it a bonus action?
Um,
And I'm just gonna. I found it. It's not a button. I can do it as many times as I want. So I'm for the sake of things. Could I have done this before? Oh no, it would have to be after our short rest. Can we short rest twice? Well, it'll be fun.
we can say that this is before, like right as you guys are sitting down, and
Okay.
Thalia is about to start singing.
Well, I could also
Singing
kill
her song.
myself with this if it was then.
And then she can heal you back up, and it's
Then she could. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna touch
you
Thalia.
can't.
What is happening?
And I'm going to
I don't know. They're being
Roll
cryptic. He's not
a-
spitting it out.
3.
Perfect.
What are you doing?
So, Thalia, you recover, if you can, a third spell slot.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Because that shatter was
And-
at 3rd level.
Ooh.
Ronan, you take
And I
15
take
points
15
of force
points
damage.
of force damage.
Are you unconscious?
No, I'm fine.
Oh.
Oh, well, that was before the short rest.
Yes,
So-
it was.
Yep.
Yeah, so I would be unconscious.
So I cast.
So what, Ronan?
I only
sitting
need
there
a little
does
heal
and just-
to
I'm
come
gonna
back
cast
to
Cure
life.
Wounds.
Like level 1.
No, I
just
can
sing a little level 1 ditty to me or something.
That's a level 1 ditty.
Oh, okay.
if I use
Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
if I use spare the dying, does that like
That makes him.
Oh, you have that?
makes him stable?
It makes him stable.
Yeah. So I don't know if we could make him stable and then rest, so she didn't have to
You
burn.
get 11 points back.
So,
Becoming stable. So he would stay at 0. going stable once you're stable, you're at 0 hit points, but you don't have to make death saves. Since he knocked himself out with that, you could spare the dying if you wanted to like sleep it off. Because after an hour, you come back with 1 hit point, I believe.
I healed him anyway.
It doesn't say
Yeah.
anything for me.
Yeah, that's just like a rule. If you're unconscious for an hour, you come back with 1 hit point.
Oh,
Healing also brings somebody back immediately.
Oh,
I'm
God.
just gonna, whenever I heal him, I'm just gonna smack him.
That
What
is
did you
that's when you do
That's
your what'd you
fine.
do? What'd you do? Lay on hands?
No, I cure wounds.
Oh, okay. Applied via a slap. You
Yes.
literally slapped him awake.
Yes.
Because wild magic barbarians get that. Fun.
magic reserves. What's
Yeah.
really cool is if you don't have a spell slot, you gain temporary hit points equal to 5 times the number rolled.
So you would have gotten 15 temp HP, and Ronan would be unconscious.
Yes. But
So-
how long do temporary hit points last? Are they until they get ticked away?
Until the spell generating them ends.
Or a long
Or-
rest, I believe.
Yeah, like my enhanced ability lasts for an hour, and that gives 10 hit points.
You cannot restore them. You cannot add them together. If you have temporary hit points or receive more of them, you decide which ones you keep, the new amount or the original amount.
Well, this one lasts 8 hours.
Ooh.
But it's
They
only
last unless a feature that grants temp hit points has a duration. They last until they are depleted or you finish a long rest.
Okay.
So yeah. I don't think there's anything else we can do. So everybody take your short rest, and
Hey.
we'll call it a night. Poor Josh. He
Poor
got
Josh.
sick for the wrong fight.